always be a spring break
Yeah.
has always seemed to be a beach-oriented event.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that is I think Sean was talking about this a little bit earlier. There was an event that happened over in, I want to say Daytona, that is just bananas. Oh, man.
Oh, and they're not even spring breakers.
Yeah, and they're not even But the point was, and he actually brought up as well, that if you look in the background of this story, we were in the midst of spring break, and there really weren't many people in the Daytona area. That's where it was, right? In Daytona or Cocoa. Yeah, Daytona. So there weren't many people there. Man, that used to be the place where if you're taking a picture of that beach, like the Tuesday of spring break, it's going to be a mob scene. And
Well, that was
and
30 years ago. They effectively chased out the spring
They
breakers,
did, but
right?
they did, but there are still people who will consider Daytona a spot where you come because
Yes.
there's still plenty of bars and stuff to do. It's just they don't cater to it the way that they did for before. That was so funny. Those businesses are like in Daytona back in the day. They were like, "Man, we'd really like the spring breakers." That afternoon, they're like, "Man, get these people the blank out of here." They had people coming in there and spending 13 people in one room. It was brutal and just wrecking the hotels and then falling off the balconies. Remember that, Jack, that spate of time where people were just falling off of hotels in Daytona? It seemed like every other day some dumbass tried to jump from one balcony to the other and splatted, 5-7 stories down.
Hey, watch me.
And
Watch this.
someone just texted us at 77031. The northern states go on spring break the week after Easter.
Oh, really? So that's in April.
Right. That's why I said that.
Right. Yeah, Deb.
So, but I always thought I understand, but I always thought it ended up in March. Like I thought it was specifically a March thing. I don't ever remember a spring break going into April. Like I don't remember that. It's always happened in March for me.
Yeah, I do.
For most of your life, adult life, it was your kids.
Yeah, it's
on
always
spring
March.
break.
Right,
so
yeah.
that's always that was your main focus is when your kids were out of school.
Yeah. And then, I don't even remember what spring break was back in the day, like when I was in school. I just assumed it was around this time. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. It was just we were off school a week, and that's all that mattered.
All of my spring break memories are from MTV.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
And I never went. I was a kid, but I just remember watching
Dude, I was
being
over
like, wow, look at that shirt keep getting wetter.
Yeah. I was over there. A couple of those weeks in the 90s were just crazy. In late 80s were crazy. When the Beastie Boys played over there, it was mayhem. I mean, mayhem.
I specifically remember a clip of Limp Bizkit blowing up a boat out in the lagoon for MTV spring break. Because that's what the 90s was all about right there. That late 90s was like,
it was.
I mean, the number one song was called Break Stuff. We were angry people.
Man, that thing was bananas.
For no good reason.
Listen, you could go, you could dial up whatever party you wanted over there in Daytona for about 8 years or so, and then they finally had enough. I guess the community finally said, we're not making enough money to cover our losses, and these people roll through here like locusts, taking everything from the community and then leaving.
Yeah.
Then it became Miami's problem.
Right.
And so Miami is spending this year being really, really inhospitable. So now they've all ran from north to Fort Lauderdale.
Well, also, to be honest with you, wasn't there I think after the Daytona exodus, you know where they went from there, remember?
Texas.
No, Panama City.
Oh, yeah, the Panhandle.
They went to Panama City. They went up there to go to,
Yes.
There was what was that big, it was a big 90s bar.
Club La Vila?
Club La Vila. That's exactly it, which was like the beginning of the house scene. Like that's the one spot that would play like house music. Exactly.
Yeah.
So those Panama City ones, because I think MTV did a Panama City. Oh, Jack.
Club La Vila. They had one here
They
for
sure
a little
did,
bit.
buddy.
And I had to host. It was very early on in my radio career, and I was an MC at hosting something. And prior to that, the only nightclub thing I witnessed from a radio perspective was I would sometimes, to pick up extra cash, be the promo person when Jim and Carlos would do the Roxy boxing night.
Sure, yeah.
So that was watching them in a radio station appearance at night in a club. That is where I learned how to behave.
Which is completely irresponsibly.
After my first night of doing that, I was told that I shouldn't be cursing so much. You?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
man,
saw
we would light it up when we were out there. It was fun, man.
That's
Had a good
what I
time.
witnessed when Jim would do it at the Roxy. He's dropping
man.
F-bombs left and right. I'm like, all right, let's do that.
The language has got to be saucy to get the attention when you're in a club like that. All right, 407-916-1041. Well, anyway, the reason I bring that up is because
spring breakers.
Yeah, this Georgia couple that came down. Now, like Deb said, not spring breakers because they did have 2 kids. Did you hear the story by any chance? Did you hear what happened? Jack, you heard this, of course?
I have not.
You haven't. So far, so far,
Wait a minute.
Okay. Here's what happened. Couple is on the beach. Apparently, somebody ratted them out and called and said, hey, look, I believe that there's a couple asleep on the beach and they've got 2 kids. And we don't see the kids. So sure enough, body cam footage, you can see it everywhere. Cops walk up and are like, hey, you got to get up. It's Volusia County. Hey, 8 times before they rattled themselves awake. Right? And then once they got awake, they said, hey, where are your children? To which they had no idea. So here are how those events rolled out directly after that. Stand them up. The dad walks down by the water because he has no idea, doesn't know how long he was asleep, starts yelling for the kid's name. Right? Don't know where the kids are. They wind up arresting the parents. The kids were found 5 and 7 years old in a hotel pool alone swimming. The guy decides, after the woman yelled at him, who the F is going to bond us out? He tries to run for it.
Oh, I did not know that.
In the context of trying to run for it, he trips, falls, face plants onto the beach, knocks himself unconscious. Again, the entire time, the kids are just kind of figuring out what's going on. 5 and 7 years old, wandering aimlessly around Daytona during spring break, wound up in a hotel pool by themselves, swimming and frolicking, having a blast. Can I tell you, probably safer than if they were with the parents. In a pool alone at 5 and 7, probably way safer than they were with the couple from Georgia, who have now been arrested and are facing a couple felony charges, I believe, with 3rd degree, and a number of other misdemeanor charges as well in relation to child neglect. So that's kicking the year off just right. Here it is. It took a while, but we did get our best couple so far. Not even a Florida couple, which I'm proud of.
That's a real earnest goes to the beach move right there.
But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, you tried to run from the cops and then knock yourself unconscious. So you get the charge of running from the cops, resisting, but you make it 3 feet.
You wake up, I just had the craziest dream. You are not going to believe this.
I read this story, and it was just a story that kept on giving. I'm like, man, this is better every minute that these fools have access to these kids. So now, man, their life is completely changed. Their life is done. Not done, but it's changed dramatically.
Yeah.
They have to fight to get their kids back. They're both probably going to lose their jobs.
And
it's so unbelievable.
They fell asleep on the beach.
Yeah.
The 2 kids ran off.
Yeah, they just ran off and went and did their own thing, man.
I'm not saying I believe that does need to be punished.
You don't think they should lose their kids?
Well,
they're going to have to earn them back, though, right?
I would want more details. Like,
Okay.
if they...
Well, I mean, can I ask something? Outside of being so drunk that you pass out on the beach and aren't
all
able,
I need to know.
Right, aren't able to take care of their kids.
That's all game, set, and match.
So I mean, the thing is they I don't even know if it was just alcohol because, I mean, when you see the video and hear the cop yelling, bro, he is yelling. He's not going, hey, guys, look, if you could get up, it'd be great. I don't want to wake everybody else in the house up. He's like, hey.
A little Fenty nap. Could have been one of those.
And then it was like 2 bears waking up in spring.
But it's like, where are your kids? And then he just starts looking towards the ocean.
Right.
Yeah. And then has to start calling for them.
Oh.
But, can I tell you, as if he's done it before.
Yeah.
Like this is protocol when the kids go missing. Hey, just go to the edge of the water and start yelling their names.
They'll show up eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure it was Chandler and Tyson or something. No, I'm just joking. Just a white people joke. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb got some news for us.
Yeah, Congress and the White House reach a deal on government funding. The FDLE is investigating an Orlando commissioner accused of elderly exploitation.
Oof.
Ooh, another juicy.
That is such a tasty morsel.
Chef's kiss.
That is a true great story about politics.
And then researchers are going to study any solar eclipse impact on animals at the Columbus Zoo. So we'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. 407-916-1041.
What?
She likes that.
I am on the edge of my seat with the whole solar eclipse zoo animal thing.
Right. And she says it's so sultry. It's so good.
Like, when you said that, it made me feel like, are we about to get Super Cheetahs? Like, it just sounded like we could get Super Cheetahs.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel. Try it with Angel.
Holmesy,
What?
you know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate this.
Oh, see?
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at a slow ride for those traveling east and westbound on I-4. Things are a bit slow by the major attractions exits. No problems, however, for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway this afternoon. Seeing accident activity reported at Redbug Lake Road and Tuscaloosa Road. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard. Limitations apply.
Improve your home's curb appeal, all while saving money on your utility bills with new windows from Renewal by Andersen. Or better yet, how about that patio door you've been meaning to replace for a while? Yeah, you know the one. It wobbles on the track. It's embarrassing when you have people over for a pool party. It takes two hands to open the darn thing. Well, every patio door from Renewal by Andersen is built with their exclusive Fibrix material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl and features the most energy-efficient glass they've ever offered. And Renewal by Andersen products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find anywhere, and they're even transferable when you sell your home. So you can get started now. During the month of March, buy one window and or patio door and get 140% off. Plus no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Wednesday night at 7 at the Orlando Wyndham Garden, 1-800-875-PASS.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. Right now, spend $20 on select Armor All car care products and get $5 back after rebate. Plus, get 3 times O Rewards points on select Seafoam products, which means you can reach your next $5 reward even faster. Visit your new O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
Elevate your outdoor living space this year using stone. Tanzite has developed stone decking crafted without any plastic composite materials to redefine durability. Visit tanzite.com to see how stone decking doesn't scratch, stays cooler, isn't slippery, and has all the durability you would expect from stone, which is why it's guaranteed for life. At tanzite.com, you will see how we developed stone to easily transform any ordinary wood deck. You can even make your deck waterproof for a dry space below. Versatile and adaptable. Tanzite is perfect for decks, stairs, over concrete, or ground applications. Visit tanzite.com to start planning your project with a free 3D design and construction plan tailored to your space. Order a sample today to witness the incredible beauty and durability firsthand at tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com, and tackle your allergies head on.
This is trial attorney Jeff Coppin from the injury law firm of Coppin and Lind. Yes, another attorney commercial. When people ask me what they should look for when they're hiring an attorney, I make it pretty simple. 1, has your attorney been practicing for more than 10 years? 2, do they pick up the phone when you call? And 3, do they actually care about you? If this works for you, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546. Office, Orlando.
NFL Total Access, the podcast, is getting you ready for the NFL Draft. I'm your host, Andrew Levy, and I'll be delivering 2 shows a week to make sure you're caught up on the latest NFL news, every free agency move, and how it changes the draft needs of your NFL team. Draft experts, talent scouts, mock drafts, and shock drafts, too. NFL Total Access, the podcast, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Presented by T-Mobile for Business. Now is the time for 5G business.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. If you'd like to leave us a talk back, you can do it. It's easy. It's free. Just download the iHeartRadio app. Once you get it, go to Real Radio. Use that microphone to send it on down the line. Jack will get it them. We'll get them, not get it them.
I'll get it them.
Jack will edit it to make you sound like a champ, and then we'll put it on the air. I'm joking.
No, I won't.
But you can self-edit through the program. That way you can make it sound perfect and send it on down the line. You got a thought? We'd love to hear it.
Go get them.
Send us a talk back for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now,
go get it.
It's time
Go get it. How'd you say that?
Get it.
I've been drunk since 8 this morning, so I haven't been
on the Jim Colbert Show.
I'm all confused.
So much whiskey.
Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, it looks like Congress will avoid a partial government shutdown.
Okay.
Congressional leaders struck a deal with the White House on a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security, which was a major sticking point in negotiations to pass 6 major spending bills by Friday night's deadline. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced the deal today, adding that the House and Senate will take the legislation up as soon as possible. The deal would fund the government through the end of the fiscal year. So until October.
Very nice.
We don't have to say those words again.
Right.
All right, nearly 1,000 Americans have reached out to the State Department for help in Haiti, where gang violence continues to plunge the nation into chaos. A State Department spokesperson says people have been filling out crisis intake forms online as the U.S. tries to get people out on chartered flights. Not all of the people who filled out a form are trying to leave, but many are. And the government continues to evaluate transportation options. Of course, this comes as gangs have shut down the airport in Port-au-Prince. Cruise ships are no longer visiting Haiti. More than 30 Americans were evacuated Sunday to Miami. All right, if you didn't know, Florida's presidential primary election is underway today. Did you vote?
Not yet.
Polls will remain open until 7 p.m., and anyone in line at 7 will be allowed to cast a ballot. Donald Trump is the presumptive Republican nominee, even though there are 7 names on the GOP ballot, including Governor Ron DeSantis, who dropped out of the race, but the ballots were already printed.
Yeah, Nikki
awkward.
there, Asa's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
7 names.
Chris Christie.
Yeah, Chris Christie's on there, right.
I just love how it all boils down to, but they were already printed.
Who's Doug Burgum?
Democrats are not holding a primary this year since President Biden is the sole candidate. Florida Secretary of State Cord Byrd is urging residents to show up at the polls today. Byrd told a news conference it's important for voters to, quote, exercise that voting muscle, end quote, because elections will be held again in August and November. Meanwhile, Florida Republicans are adding to their lead in voter registration numbers. The Florida Times-Union reports the GOP's more than, 541,000 voter lead. That's the lead.
Wow.
Marks the biggest gap between the two parties since Democrats dominated by more than 854,000 votes all the way back in 1988.
Wow.
Florida elections officials report the state has 5.2 million registered Republicans, nearly 4.4 million Democrats, and 3.9 million with no party affiliation.
There you go.
The Times-Union notes today's presidential primary is mostly meaningless, again, because no Democratic primary and Trump is the presumptive nominee.
Yep.
So let's get on to that juicy story.
This is so good.
And so bad.
It is.
Like, I
That's what
really
makes it so
hope it's
good.
not true, but...
Yeah.
The Florida Department, FDLE, is investigating an Orlando commissioner accused of exploiting an elderly woman. A lawsuit claims Regina Hill of District 5 wrongfully obtained the power of attorney over the 96-year-old victim back in 2021. The following year, the official is accused of naming herself as a trustee on the victim's estate and obtaining a federal housing loan to renovate the property, which was reportedly never completed. Authorities say Hill withdrew more than $100,000 of the victim's money. She has not been formally charged, but the case remains open, apparently using that money for plastic surgery, IVs, home improvements,
Paying for her insurance
trips.
The funny thing was, and even more ironic, when she borrowed the money to do the improvements, she was supposed to do the improvements on the house of the 96-year-old woman, which
That
was
have never been completed.
which is in complete disrepair. But the fact is what I read today was she actually did repairs on her own house instead.
Yes, yeah.
And probably some lip filler.
Yeah, probably some fillers.
Sometimes you just got to do some plastic surgery because you don't want to look that honest.
I guess, because it's just one of those stories that makes you go, man, you could just help yourself and stay the hell out of the news.
Let me ask you a quick question, too, because I'm not sure about this. Legally, I know that if you were to physically assault someone over the age of, 70?
65.
65 years old, that there are extra charges. Is that also applicable in this case if you're taking advantage of someone who is disabled and incapable of protecting themselves at 96 years old? Are those charges also upgraded?
Oh, in like a con situation?
Yes.
Yeah, a bilking? Yeah. I hope so.
I hope so, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're not physically harming the person. Really, you could make a debate of whether or not, which is more, whether she take a slap as opposed to having $100K taken from her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just 100,000. All right, Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody is issuing another warning for spring breakers. Finger out and everything. Moody held a news conference at the world's most famous beach in
Did she?
No.
Oh, that was just you?
That was just me.
I like that.
In Daytona Beach earlier today, saying she's giving more resources to local police to combat deadly drug overdoses while more people are visiting the state. Law enforcement will receive Narcan and join the Helping Heroes program. You know what that is?
Not.
That's a program that allows them to easily restock at any Walmart. Slide on over and get you a case of Narcan.
Oh, wow.
That's the Helping Heroes program, so that they're not tied up. There's a Walmart in every neighborhood.
Right.
If they're dealing with, one overdose after another, need to re-up on their supply of Narcan.
Yeah.
Moody says a lot of kids are getting drugs from the black market, which often sell fake pills laced with fentanyl. She's encouraging people to visit the website Dose of Reality Florida to learn more about the dangers of opioids.
You know, I have found myself, believe it or not, kind of critical of medical marijuana. I'm happy that it exists. I just think it's kind of silly that we have to lie to ourselves and call it. I know there's some medicinal benefits, but come on, guys, let's just call it a spade a spade.
Isn't that what Jim said for the year? Because like, you can call it whatever you want, but everybody pretty much just wants to get stoned.
But the one massive, biggest benefit from it becoming medical and essentially on its way to being legalized is you don't have to deal with that, and that is quite nice. Is that when you buy it, if you go to a dispensary,
you're not gonna smoke a fentanyl joint and have that be your last hit.
Yeah, but the unfortunate part is these are spring breakers. Chances are they don't have a medical card. They don't know who on the street has got
they
it.
can buy it for me like everybody else does.
Well, you know, another reason why it should be recreational.
Yeah, I agree. You know, because again, you buy that $20 pill that you think is just a party enhancer, not knowing that thanks to the pill presses they can sell on Amazon, you think you're taking a Vicodin.
They're about to whack that too.
Responsible adults now, before they vacation, make sure they have reciprocal marijuana laws in the places they plan to visit.
That's right.
Which is really important because, you know, that Airbnb has to be a weed B&B if you're ever going to Oregon. I just want to point that out.
Or
You can't just go
California,
sit out in any park anywhere in Oregon.
New Mexico and Vermont are cool.
They're cool.
So is
Georgia's not. South Carolina, not. Very not.
Let's just say New Mexico gets it.
I love this.
Let's just say there's a reason the breeders are big.
Spring breakers are facing dangerous beach conditions here in Central Florida. Not that today's a really great day to go in the water, but the National Weather Service in Melbourne says there's a moderate risk of rip currents along the coast of Brevard and Volusia counties through tonight. Hey, at least those two parents from Georgia didn't find that out, right?
My God.
There's also rough surf and hazardous boating conditions. Swimmers are urged to stay near a lifeguard at all times. Forecasters expecting a low-pressure system to bring increased storm chances later this week and into the weekend. All right, if you were in Tampa recently and you bought a Powerball ticket, take a look at it.
Ruh-roh. That thing was like $650 million or something, wasn't it?
The Powerball ticket that sold in Florida is worth a paltry $2 million, but it's still,
What are you going to do with that?
The ticket matched 5 of the 6 numbers drawn on Monday night, with the Power Play option doubling the $1 million prize.
All right.
The ticket was reportedly sold at a Stop and Save food store in Tampa.
Of course.
No one won the jackpot, so the top prize for Wednesday night's drawing rolls over to an estimated $687 million. Meanwhile, the jackpot for tonight's Mega Millions drawing stands at an estimated $875 million.
That's a new skateboard for everybody.
There's so many things that I'll never understand. I'll never understand when people don't charge their phones at night.
Yeah, me either.
All right?
Amen.
I'll never understand why they took the beep away on the e-pass. And I'll never understand how anybody could ever go like, yeah, I lost my lottery ticket. You bought it for this reason.
Right.
You bought it to look at it and see if you won. That's the purpose.
Like you had $5 left over. You figured you'd grab a couple tickets.
Yeah, I just don't. It's the same way where like every time my friend like loses a pack of cigarettes, I'm like, how? You're addicted to them. Like it just doesn't compute. I don't understand how anybody could lose their lotto ticket.
See, they save money when manufacturing the e-pass if they don't have the device that makes it sound.
Get me going. Hold me back.
You know what? They make more money on not beeping to let you know that your balance is low. Just like the bank, they make more money on overdraft fees than they do on...
There's no way that's accurate.
I believe it is.
It's exactly accurate. You know it.
I think they took the beep out so that you don't know.
I trust our local governments.
It's more than just a beep.
Hey, some Florida students are getting a chance to have their artwork blast off into space.
All right.
Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez.
We hate it that much.
Announced yesterday the launch of the 2024 Florida Space Art Contest. Students in kindergarten through grade 5, can create a piece of art that could be included in an upcoming mission. Other students can win 2 tickets to the Kennedy Space Center. Good time there. You can get more details at floridaspaceart.com. And get ready, Ross, because your refrigerator is going to soon become the frame of every scribble, every crayon mark.
And I take pride in cleaning the outside of my stainless steel fridge.
But you're not gonna have to worry about that. So many
fingerprints,
so many hand turkeys.
Oh, sticky.
Yeah. So many hand turkeys.
But this is gonna make one kid's dad very happy because he does not like the piece of art that his kid made, and he's like, I can't wait till this thing gets to space.
Exactly.
Torture the aliens with this.
Get it out.
All right, March Madness kicks off tonight with the first four in Dayton, Ohio. A battle for the 16th seed in the West region will go down between Wagner and Howard. Then later, Colorado State and Virginia will square off for the right to be in the 10th seed in the Midwest.
Right.
Tomorrow, Grambling State and Montana face off for the 16th seed in the Midwest region, while Colorado and Boise State duel for the 10th seed in the South.
Mm-hmm.
The first round of the tournament tips off on Thursday with 16 games.
Yeah. Sports guys are losing it today.
Yeah.
They're just literally counting it down.
Well, between this and, of course, the final start of the baseball season, which doesn't kick off until tomorrow morning in Seoul, South Korea.
Probably going to drop by Wing House Thursday night and see Kraft for a little bit. See BK, the broiler.
Yeah?
We'll see the broiler for a minute.
With the Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
All right, another sports news. I picked up this story because I figured you three would really, if you haven't heard about this, it's must-see TV for you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Wide receivers will now be the focus of Netflix's next NFL docuseries.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be dope.
The streamer announced Receiver will premiere later this year following the success of Quarterback last year.
Yep.
Right.
The new series will spotlight stars like Detroit Lion Amon-Ra St. Brown. Is he really named Amon-Ra?
Yeah. And I think
as
it's
in like an Egyptian pharaoh,
Yeah.
Amon-Ra?
And guess what
as
he
an
looks-
Egyptian god?
It's like a roller coaster.
Or a Lady Gaga song.
And guess what?
Amon-Ra.
And he looks like an Egyptian god. I don't care, dude. I don't care if that came off
That
weird.
is the coolest name.
came off weird.
Amon-Ra? That is, okay, I'm going to have to look him
And
up.
then it tops off with a Saint Brown. It's like, what country am I
I
in?
know.
That's a saint, an Egyptian pharaoh, a color?
Minnesota Viking Justin Jefferson, Las Vegas Raider Devontae Adams.
Let's go.
And San Francisco 49ers George Kittle and Debo Samuel.
Nice.
This is going to be a good, I'll watch this one.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got to remember, in the NFL, the divas are the receivers. They are the divas
Shouldn't
of
we
the
always
NFL.
be?
It's funny because with the quarterback series
Right?
this past year that came out, it was the, those three quarterbacks. And then I just assumed it would be, Peyton Manning's behind this. It's just going to be three different quarterbacks next season. No, why not? We'll do a new position.
No reason
Oh, that's
not.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. More receivers should get respect. Series follows the players throughout
Settle
the
down.
2023 season. Shut up. The show will debut this summer.
By the way, Kravitz is at Twin Peaks because I'm a moron.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Twin Peaks.
Wing House is not even open anymore. It's Twin Peaks.
No
and it's in
way,
that same
really?
it's in that same plaza, and I'll always make that mistake, and I shouldn't because Twin Peaks is a much better product.
So make sure
They are a much better product, but is it seriously Wing House is closed now?
Yeah, well, that Wing
that
House
one
announcement
is,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That one is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But make sure to support Brandon over at Eckerd's Drug
Shut
Store.
up, you son of a bitch! How dare you? How dare you,
No,
dude?
no. I thought he's going to be a food line.
No, come on. You guys know it's Toys R Us.
It's right next to Joanne.
Oh, come on. It's too soon, man.
Too soon,
It's
Deborah.
still just announced that. My God, the ink is not even dried on the bankruptcy papers yet.
Haven't even locked the doors yet.
The judge is not even robed.
Once again, gonna double down again. I love the font. I love that J, dude. Joanne's J. That thing was dope.
And
I
then
wear a double
finally,
gown sometimes. I didn't say that.
researchers in Central Ohio are getting a rare opportunity to look at how animals react to a solar eclipse.
Okay.
This is what I've been waiting for.
So staff with the Columbus Zoo well-being program, Columbus Zoo, of course, home of Jack Hanna,
It was for a while,
who
right?
started here and the Central Florida Zoo before he ended
Right.
up becoming director of the Columbus Zoo.
In San Diego as well, too, right? He wasn't his big. Was it always that, or was it?
I
No, that's Jeff Corwin.
Yeah,
you're right.
I
Okay,
believe
good.
it's Columbus after starting, of course, in Sanford and dealing with an Alzheimer's diagnosis. But and zoologists from the Ohio State University are planning to observe some animals at the zoo on April 8th as the park experiences the darkness of the total eclipse. Dun dun. Zoo Wellbeing Director Adam Felt says they're going to be watching the behaviors of the animals before, during, and for 2 months after the eclipse to see if there are any changes. Some animals that are typically active during the day, such as bears and ostriches, have been selected for the study.
Really?
To see how that moment of darkness.
Well, what day of the week is that going to be? Do you guys know?
April 8th is a Monday.
Boy, the zoo should do something. That'd be kind of cool.
Because my birthday's the day before.
Yeah, is it?
Oh, that's right. Your birthday's on a Sunday this year.
It's not that long.
Put
It's
that
just
in
right around
my-
the corner.
Yeah, it is. We better
calendar.
start talking.
It's creeping up.
Yeah, we better start talking.
You're not going to be in town, though, right?
No,
he'll
I'll
be
be
back.
gone the preceding week. I will be coming
in
back
time.
April 8th.
He made sure he was going to be
time.
back on April 8th because...
What's more Bradshaw than that?
Absolutely, and we're going to make it worth your time.
All right. Free soap on everyone. Free pizza on your boy.
I'm not that much of a receiver. And now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Dad. 407-916. How dare you, Jack? You should know better.
Can't believe you almost Devontae'd her Adams. How would you do
You're in
that?
a leadership position, buddy. Maybe we should do the show on program directors, not receivers. Wow.
We can do our own.
That's all right. I'll let Chris know. Everything's fine. 407-916-1041. Text us
just think of England.
77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. How dare you?
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Vox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this first day of spring. And today will be a cooler than average day. Temperatures only making it into the low to mid 60s along the beaches and the mid to upper 60s for inland areas of central Florida. By Wednesday, though, we do expect some improvements. Plenty of sunshine today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 75 degrees. We warm into the upper 70s by the end of the week with increasing rain chances for Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
That's right, people. Just a few days ago, right here in Central Florida, it was in the high 80s. Outside now, about 71, 72, and it's going to be mild all week. But that is the roller coaster ride that can be Florida weather. Is your AC ready for it? It better be, because when it starts getting hot, it is going to stay that way for a while. Get with my friends over at Mills Air. Get that preventive maintenance plan to make sure your AC is ready for a long, hot summer. They've been doing it here in Central Florida for 30-plus years. Let them use that experience to make sure your AC never quits on you. The techs are awesome people. You'll love it when you see them coming down your driveway, because that means your air conditioning woes are over. And even better, they're Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That means this: up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to the family owned and operated friends over at Mills Air. Call these guys today and schedule that very important appointment. It's easy. 407-277-1159. Make your appointment online at millsair.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations like 24/7 Comedy.
They were really donut holes. The bag would be empty.
When you need to laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search Comedy.
Should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. We did make it to 5,000 YouTube followers. Yay! Let's get to 10 tonight.
What? 10 tonight?
10,000 tonight.
All right, 10 by 10.
Oh, good one,
Yeah,
Jack.
call everybody you know and have them go to our YouTube channel and like it and subscribe. That's all I'm saying to do. But honestly, that's like one of the metrics that's really important to us right now, honestly, is the YouTube subscribers. So anybody that can get over there and just kind of give us a subscribe, it does help quite a bit. It doesn't cost you anything. It only takes a few seconds. You're not really asked to do anything. So it does help us out quite a bit. We were really trying to put a big push on it.
Yeah, we got a boss coming in town tomorrow, and it's an easy brag.
I got to make sure this guy in there.
It's like, oh, look what we just did.
Yeah.
Like Stewie.
Yeah.
Look what I
407
can do.
916-1041. All right, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Have you guys followed this missing student, this Riley Strains?
Yeah.
This thing out of Nashville. This is a crazy story, but I kind of get the idea this guy fell into the river, right?
That's how I felt when we did the story yesterday that his bank card had been found on the banks of the Cumberland River. I thought with all the stumbling they'd seen him doing on surveillance videos throughout the city, I don't see how.
So this is a college-age kid,
Yeah,
right?
22 years old.
In
University
Nashville.
of Missouri, right?
With, let's call them fraternity brothers.
Yeah, frat brothers.
They go to a place. He supposedly had one drink and two waters. Is that?
No, okay,
That's what they said,
Okay, so
but-
hold on now. He came from a bunch of other establishments before he went to Luke Bryan's bar. That's where he was ejected.
Okay.
He was at Luke Bryan, who's a country star. He was at his bar.
Right.
And they show he ordered one drink and then two waters before he wound up being asked to leave. But I don't know of any information that leads us to believe that we know how much he had before he went in there.
Right.
But when you see the videos of him leaving after there,
Right.
and he is falling down
So what you're-
repeatedly on the sidewalks.
So, we don't know
He's
if
stumbling drunk.
we don't know if he hadn't been dosed. I mean, that's the thing.
That's another thing.
You don't know that.
No, you don't.
You
But
don't know that he wasn't dosed and maybe followed or to get robbed. I don't know.
So he was with his fraternity brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Where were his brothers when he got kicked out
It
of the
never
club?
mentions that.
Because the video, it only shows Riley stumbling by himself.
That's a great brotherhood.
Yeah, but
isn't
it doesn't really mention them at all, actually, except for, like Deb said, he stayed when they left and he got thrown out. Now, I guess there's other surveillance footage other than the officer. There's new footage of an officer who was walking around, I guess, checking cars or something like that, and that guy walked by, and the officer said, "How you doing?" And he said, "Doing fine." And then they walked by. But I just read today that there's more footage, I guess, of a surveillance video from a shop owner in that area that shows him like walking and just running into a street light, like a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know the family was meeting with Nashville police yesterday to review more of that security footage to see if they can come up with any clues. Because, again, he's been missing for over a week.
Right.
There's two 22-year-old young women who are the ones who found his bank card on the
TikTokers.
banks. Exactly, on the banks of the Cumberland River, because they have inserted themselves in the search for Riley.
Which is always weird, by the way.
It is, but at the same time,
the results.
Well, yeah, you're right. There's no question. But he'd only been gone a short period of time. They found his bank card 2 days ago, right?
We did this story yesterday, but yes, I think it was like last Friday that they found it.
Exactly, which is weird because he'd only been missing a couple days, and they said that there was like brush over it. Like that they had it, that it was covered with leaves and stuff. But I mean, not saying that the wind couldn't have blown it over there. If he fell into the river that night, maybe he was looking at his wallet or something. But if you look at where that is, I mean, if you fell into that river, some of it has a bulkhead and it's like 6 feet down. So if you're hammered drunk, the water is not going to be warm right now.
No.
So, I mean,
you'd suffer from hypothermia within a matter of minutes. But it also proves that he probably wasn't followed and wasn't the subject of a robbery because they found his bank card.
His bank card was not taken.
Exactly. So it points to me to a young man who was left to his own devices when someone should have been walking around with him and doesn't know the area.
I don't know how that river flows, like if it's a fast flow, if it's a muddy bottom or a sandy bottom. But, I mean, if he goes down and he gets into the current, God only knows, I guess,
he
theoretically,
could be carried away.
He could be down 5 miles down the river.
I can't imagine what his parents are going through right now.
I think I've only gotten that drunk, like stumbling drunk.
Oh, buddy.
I don't know. I think I've only been there like 3 times.
Buddy, listen. I got so drunk one time, I carried Jack around a bowling alley for half an hour.
But see,
he's so light.
I literally picked him up like a bag of rice and here's the thing, no warning. Jack was in the middle of a conversation when I did this to him. I just walked up and put him on my shoulders like a fireman and just started carrying him around. Can I tell you, I don't even think I spoke to him. I don't think I said anything. And then I just put him down and walked away.
Bring that, like, affection back. What the hell?
It's never left. I just can't show it. He takes it for a credit.
It takes a lot of sake.
Yeah. Oh,
but
man.
even then,
bro, listen, that sake is bad news. Matter of fact, I don't think I've had one since then. You know, you drink that one thing, it gets you sick, you can't go back.
Oh, yeah.
Peppermint schnapps.
Tequila.
Most people say it's tequila. I haven't heard the peppermint schnapps one yet.
Yeah, that's
a nasty.
Yeah, that's a high school. Yeah.
The schnapps got you.
Yeah.
It's making...
You got schnapp.
You got schnapp.
I got schnapp.
Schnappenheim.
And Jaeger was my thing.
I had about a decade-long instance where I was like, is that Heineken? Can't look at it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, Heineken, because I had 11, and it was that. And
oh.
it was the only time, to be honest with you, I think to this day, like the first and only time I've ever had double-digit beers. I weigh 160 pounds, guys. Like 11 beers was putting a number on me.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember my first night at college. One Old Milwaukee slid down the side of the wall.
Oh, really?
Friends had to help me walk it off.
Wow.
So it left.
You are a cheap date kid.
I was. I've made up for lost time now.
Wait. Help me out here. So you had a Milwaukee?
One Old Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Drank one Old Milwaukee, no dinner, whatever, and then just proceeded to slide right down the wall.
That's okay.
Friends had to help me walk it off.
The no dinner says a lot.
It does. It does.
I like it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's cheaper, right?
It's like you're pre-gaming without pre-gaming.
Right.
You know, it's like you're in a different weird dimension of like half a beer will make me bad.
I remember waking up in a bathtub.
Oh, did you have both kidneys?
No.
Were you on ice?
It was a New Year's Eve party, and I got a really good buzz. And then I got challenged to a shot contest by the wife of the person that owned the house we were at, right? We'd traveled down to this party.
Didn't you say you'd already drank?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'd already had a little bit of a buzz when we started this. So they're like, hey, let's do a shot contest. I said, sure. So we started drinking vodka shots.
This was post-bathtub? Where's the bathtub?
No, hold on. Just wait a second. So we're doing these shots, and I'm doing, when I say doing one, it's like a movie. It's like the Raiders, when the Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they're sitting in that thing, they're just hammering drinks, right?
But it's just you and a wife.
It's just me and a woman.
yeah, so not exactly like the Raiders.
Yeah, no Germans with amulets around, but yeah, it was just me and this woman. Well, it was other people around the party, but everybody was kind of watching us through the shot contest. Spoiler, she was drinking water.
Oh, man, you got got. Your
boy got done dirty and could not move. When I say move, we had to leave the next day, and we had to wait for 4 other hours just so I could stand up. Because the minute I would even try to become, just sit up, I would just start projectile vomiting. That's just, that's obviously the closest you can get to alcohol poisoning without getting it.
You probably had it.
Yeah,
How many shots do you think you had?
It had to have been about 9 or 10 or so.
Yeah,
but it wasn't
short amount of time.
Yeah, it was like in 40 minutes.
And sure, I know you at a house party, you probably tagged up the finger foods, but that's not a full entree.
Right.
So.
I drank an entire 6-pack of High Life in probably the time it would take to have a dinner. This is at a New Year's Eve party at my house that I threw and invited, and then walked into my bedroom and passed out at 11:15.
Nothing important happens at midnight.
So my wife had to spend New Year's Eve as the third wheel with the couple we invited over. Because I'm husband of the year.
I don't want to scare any teenage parents or parents who have teenagers.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All of my drunkest, worst, got banged up, twisted. Let's get with there, brother. Those moments, all in high school.
Oh, yeah.
All in high school. I graduated, and I've never gone to that rock bottom. I've never gone down back to the bottom of every barrel.
I had a Mel Brooks bottle. I had a Mel Brooks moment drinking in high school. In small towns, a lot of people live in mobile homes. Nothing wrong with that. This one happened to be up on a pretty tall set of blocks. Let's just say that the bottom of this thing was probably about chest high.
Okay, I know you used to knock down people's mailboxes.
No.
Please tell me you didn't knock down someone's mobile home.
We're partying in this house, right? So we're partying in the house. A bunch of people go out back. There's a fire going on, and I was like, I'm going to go out there and go out back, and I'll walk out the back door, no problem.
Oh.
So here's the problem, right? No stairs at the back door.
Ooh.
So your boy opens the door 1 step face first into the ground. Never spill the beer. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
That's solid Palatka right there.
Yeah. That's a new story, too.
It is a new story.
That's how I...
You're like the Platkin Pink Panther detective.
That's why I excelled in so many facets.
It's Captain Dad Sparrow, man.
But I think that was drinking. We were drinking...
Mad Dog 2020?
No, it was Tall Boys. No. Mickey's Big Mouse, that malt liquor. So good. All right, back in a sec with What'd You Do That's New.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Drivers can expect their usual afternoon delays on I-4 both east and westbound between 192 and the 429 exit, as well as between Osceola Parkway and 535. Still seeing delays from the earlier crash that was reported eastbound on Redbug Lake Road at Tuscaloosa Road. No major problems for drivers planning to take the 408 this afternoon. If you run into problems on the roadways, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Make the most of your spring break. Visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. That's the only place where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, and stand nose to nose with the real Space Shuttle Atlantis and even more, launching a bold new territory this spring at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. And you can do that at a down-to-earth price. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But right now, you need to blast off. Make your vacation the absolute best at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex with an out-of-this-world experience. And now, here's the deal. 2-day ticket offer costing less than $45 per day, giving you maximum flexibility for the entire family. You can't lose. This place is awesome. One of our favorite spots to go for the entire show. Get your tickets. Learn more today. Just go to KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Homeowners, are you ready to love your home again? Install Brick Paver can build eye-catching walkways, patios, or driveways. They can build custom fire pits for relaxing with your family. They even build outdoor kitchens and build retaining walls. Everything you need to create a perfect outdoor paradise. Install Brick Paver can do it with spectacular results. Go to installbrickpaver.com to see our amazing home makeovers. You can also get a free, no-obligation quote for your outdoor project. Call for free information now. 407-337-4040. Call 407-337-4040. Install Brick Paver is a family-owned and operated company with over 20 years' experience and fantastic Google reviews. We are Orlando's finest family-owned paving experts. Fire pits, pool decks, paver driveways, patios, and hardscaping. Install Brick Paver does it all. Call for your free estimate now. Get in early before our spring schedule gets booked. Call 407-337-4040. That's 407-337-4040.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
In this edition of the Marketers Report, Angela Zepeda, Chief Marketing Officer of Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us, but all of it's been extremely helpful, and we have seen a huge return on our investment. The methodology by which we're approaching audio and then seeing the real results with real numbers has helped us continue to invest moving forward. One of the things that's been really important for us is to see the extension of reach to new audiences that we could not really speak to before. We get about a 20% lift adding audio to our overall portfolio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a marketing company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at OrangeBuickGMC.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Well, if we're doing drinking stories,
I went up to Latitudes, I believe it was, and met up with Bo the Big Man Rhodes and Carlos Navarro and bought them beers. And Bo was like, "You're drinking with us tonight, buddy." I woke up in a gutter being loaded onto an ambulance. Yeah. There are hours of that night that I don't recall. I do know that we went to several different nightclubs and bars between then and ambulance.
Yeah.
Wow.
We called that Saturday for quite a while. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that. A lot of options out there. Thanks for picking us. Spread the word. If you like the show, tell somebody, and get over to our YouTube channel. Give us a like and subscribe. That helps us out quite a bit. Doesn't cost you anything. Just take us a couple seconds. We appreciate it very much. You can get through there through Jim Colbert Live, too, if you'd like. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here. Yep. Ross is here.
It's true.
And let's do what you do that's new.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law. KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park. 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. If you haven't listened to What You Do That's New every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, one member of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We will do that, then return the following Tuesday, review that, then move on to the next member. This happens to be my week. We'll find out what Deb has to offer here in just 1 second. All right, so guys, I chose a comic that my son and I kind of found on social media through clips that he put out. I hadn't seen a bunch of him. I don't think he has a Netflix special or anything like that. He has a bunch of clips from his stand-up online, and he did feature in a John Lovitz Presents special, which is what I suggested for you guys. It's Quinn Dale, D-A-L-E, and this is his 10 minutes on John Lovitz Presents, and I thought you guys may find it entertaining. Did you?
I did. I thought it was a blast.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty funny guy. I thought it was very funny stuff. Good setup, little twisty punchlines. Thought it was good.
Which is what I really enjoyed, because a couple of his jokes were funny without that extra twist at the end. But then when he'd do the twist at the end, I would get even more belly laughs.
Yeah, I don't think there's no cursing, right? I don't think he cursed.
No, but it kind of seems like that was because of
the TV show thing?
Yeah, the TV show aspect. But here's the thing, his jokes didn't need cursing or anything. It's not like, I mean, I would say an F word is softer than some of the jokes, though. And that's honestly an argument that I always walk every time as I do stand-up comedy.
Now, I know he does curse because some of the other clips you can see on YouTube where he's in clubs, he will curse. But, of course, he didn't do it for this TV show.
Yeah.
But it just shows you, to me, the diversity of his comedy and how he doesn't really need to lean on that crutch of cursing to make the jokes funny. I thought the structure's good. Punchlines are good. Good twists in there, pretty good stage presence.
Yeah, absolutely. If they're laughing at the premise, they're going to laugh harder at the punchline.
Yeah.
It's like straight up San Antonio Spurs comedy. That's what I always call this. This is clean. There's no fat, not an inch of fat.
Nope.
It's thoroughly entertaining.
Had you heard of this guy before, buddy?
I have not. No.
Yeah. Did you find him funny?
I did. I mean, did I laugh out loud? I did not.
Okay.
But then again, that's...
You're a little jaded?
Yeah, I feel like I lost my stand-up audience pants a long time ago. You could probably ask Jack. We go out to comedy shows like we saw Mulaney, and we've seen, I've sat next to him at comedy shows, and I'm just watching. I'm staring, and I'm just always... I'm more looking at the audience every time I go to a comedy show, more so than the comedian, because I just want to see how everybody's vibing with them.
But here's the thing. I mean, were you entertained?
I was entertained.
Yeah, okay, good.
I was entertained, but I also, this is just being bitter as well, is that, like, there are so many of these. There are so many of these comedians, and I always wonder, and I'm curious on who breaks out and who doesn't.
Yeah. Why do you think this guy did then?
Because
he's getting a little. There's a little bit of heat now. A lot of social presence. Again, he doesn't have a Netflix show, but I believe that's just a matter of time because his comedy can be a little edgy.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely great. I feel like I'm almost like the worst person to talk to about stand-up or like watching stand-up comedy.
Do you remember the last time you laughed out loud at a stand-up?
I would say the Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Live in Austin.
Yeah, that's pretty funny stuff. Yeah.
When he was acting out the whole president bit just destroyed
Murder,
me.
right.
And then
the Uncle Danny stuff.
The thing that really gets me to laugh the most is honestly sketch.
Yeah.
And the more ludicrous. But going back to this, Quinn Dale, phenomenal. Like, it's complete. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's
check it
a
out.
perfect 10-minute clip of stand-up comedy. There is no fat.
Good stuff.
Every syllable is used to get a laugh or about to get one.
What do you think, Jack?
Didn't like it.
No.
First 8 minutes or so, it felt old to me, like it was 20 years old.
Really?
And then I was wondering, I had to look up to see when it actually posted, and it was this clip is about 4 years old.
Yeah, it's about 4 years old.
Yeah, it just seemed like okay, and it was all right. To be honest, and it's a stupid thing, I was distracted. I thought he had really baggy jeans on, and I thought it looked stupid.
I have to tell you, the funny thing is,
And his jacket was too long.
There was a time when that was the look for comedians in New York for some reason.
Yeah.
Baggy jeans and a coat that looked too big for you. And I did find that a little distracting. I was like, somebody needs to work with his wardrobe.
Yeah,
it's not working for him. I
Yeah.
thought the jokes were good. I would agree with both of you. It is a little kind of formulaic. That's the one thing I would say. Like you were saying, the San Antonio Spurs, knock them up, set them down kind of thing. But I thought the twist that he put on it and the setups were a little more unique than that.
There was a twist that I did enjoy. I did laugh out loud, and it was towards the end, but it was when he was talking about getting a massage by a male masseuse.
That's Deb's favorite part.
It's great.
And the twist at the end, that's when I go, that's when he got it.
Yeah.
I even said it out loud. I'm like, finally, okay, that was the one.
And like, I haven't told this joke in a long time, but I also have jokes that kind of fit in that formula. It's magic. You think it's over here. It's actually over here. Like when Deb was describing it, it was like, I love the premises and then the twist. Well, the twist is actually baked into that first part because we need to push the audience into thinking the color is blue. But actually, check this out. My version in my act is like, you guys get so drunk. You ever gotten blackout wasted and look at yourself in a mirror? Yeah. Oh, man, that is sad. And every time I do it, I'm always like, oh, my God, I am still driving. Yeah. Now we're revealing I'm in a car. There's the punch
mirror, right?
There's the twist. So it's a ton of that, which, by the way, not easy to think of, day in, day out.
But also, I think his stage presence is really what sells a lot of this stuff because he's kind of, he's kind of emotes a lot, almost kind of overboard, like he's just beginning a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Also, 2011, I believe.
For that clip?
That clip. Now, it hit YouTube 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But because when you said John Lovitz, I'm like, he has not been killing it for a while here. Hold on.
It just felt old. Even looking at the crowd, I'm like, looking at what they're wearing, and I'm like, this seems old.
Yeah.
These people are old.
What'd you think, Deb?
Everything is old.
I laughed.
Yeah.
It made me think of Ross at the beginning when he's talked about his girlfriend being pregnant. And then he said, I'm sure going to miss her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
No, check it out. Quinn Dale.
It is great. It's so polished.
JimColbertLive.com. You can click right through. Jack put the lead up or the link up. It's Quinn Dale, and it's Sean Lovitz, 10 minutes. I think you'll enjoy it. No cursing, so you can watch it in mixed company and have no problems. Deb, what do you have for us this week?
Well, we're staying with the comedy angle.
Okay, good.
This time it's Gabriel Iglesias.
Okay, that's fluffy, right?
All right. This is
by the way, one of the sweetest dudes.
He looks like it.
You could ever meet in your entire life. On the Monsters, we'd had him in for many, many years. 2 or 3 or 4 times I got to meet him, and he was and is the nicest dude ever. Most humble. Like, you could never tell that guy's done stand up in a room of 10 people, much less 10,000.
Well, this is a 6-minute and 20-second long video called How to Tell Latinos Apart.
Okay.
And he basically, it's funny.
So every iteration of a Latino culture, he kind of...
Not every. He basically covers 3 big ones, maybe 4, because he's of Mexican heritage.
Right, yeah.
So it was interesting to hear how completely unfamiliar he was with un cafecito.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I hope that's fine.
Yeah, you do, because you talk about drinking Cuban coffee. So when you live in Florida, un cafecito, a Cuban coffee, those are just words we know.
Right.
So to see a Mexican comic from the West Coast come to Miami and be so completely unfamiliar with anything Cuban culture, to me, was fascinating.
Okay, cool.
Because I think a lot of people assume that if you speak Spanish, you understand Mexican culture and Spanish culture and Puerto Rican culture, and nothing could be further from the truth. And this video proves it.
Right on.
And what is it called again?
It's called How to Tell Latinos Apart.
Ah, Jimmy took your idea.
God damn, now I got to come up with a new podcast name. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. You can check that at JimCorbettLive.com. Jack will have the click through. It's Gabriel Iglesias, How to Tell
Latinos Apart.
There you go. All right. All right, back in a sec with more of the Jim
Safe choice for you.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com.
Bye. Drivers can expect their usual afternoon delays on I-4 both east and westbound between 192 and the 429 exit, as well as between Osceola Parkway and 535. Still seeing delays from the earlier crash that was reported eastbound on Redbug Lake Road at Tuscaloosa Road. No major problems for drivers planning to take the 408 this afternoon. If you run into problems on the roadways, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. No one does spring travel like Amtrak. That's because now more kids ages 2 to 12 ride for 50% off. So not only will you travel comfortably, you'll save too. Book now at Amtrak.com. Restrictions apply.
With new doors by Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement doors that are as beautiful as they are convenient. And their windows and doors are built solid and yet so easy to open and close, and just as important, easy to clean. That's because every patio door by Renewal by Andersen is built with their exclusive Fibrix material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl and features a 5-point locking system, which improves energy efficiency and, better yet, an increased level of security. Renewal by Andersen products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you'll find anywhere, and they're even transferable if you sell your house. So get started now. During the month of March, buy 1 window and or patio door and get 140% off, plus no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit RBAFLA.com for details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Orlando Science Center has spring break down to a science. Your child can play to learn in Kidstown. Now at Orlando Science Center, it's 4 floors of fun and discovery waiting for you. Explore the technology of transportation with going places. Build your own dream creation in the makerspace. Or get face-to-face with the T-Rex in the dinosaur exhibit. Little ones can splash, climb, and tinker their way to learning in Kidstown. And more. Admission includes access to all exhibits, movies, and live shows. Get tickets and info at osc.org.
A fifth third better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a fifth third better.
That's what a Fifth Third better means. This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle down. We surrender.
Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
What to do, Colbert crew? My last time hitting double-digit beers was last Wednesday. I think I kicked out around 2021. And then last Friday, I went drinking with the boss man, and Saturday and Sunday were hangover days. It don't get easier when you're older.
Brother.
That guy, 33.
Hey.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
What?
Give us a like on YouTube if you don't mind. Just go to JimColbertLive.com. Click right through. Subscribe and like. We'd appreciate that greatly. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack. Yo. Ross.
Shouldn't have hangover days.
No, yeah. Weekends. I love the fact that he drinks on Thursday and Fridays. Takes the weekend off. Want to make sure he's spry for drinking with the boss on Monday.
Also, what a baller boss.
Have you ever drank with your boss? Our boss is coming into town tomorrow, and I think he's going to be in town tomorrow and Thursday. But he is not a guy, because he's kind of an athlete, and and again, but he's not the kind of guy I would go, hey, Tom, you want to go out for a drink or anything? I don't get that vibe from Tom.
I feel like, I'm sure you guys may disagree, but I feel like I've never gotten like drunk with you guys. Like, I know you see me smiling and a few beers, but like my definition of drunk, where I'm like, I think that chair looked at me wrong.
Yeah.
Like that level.
Can I ask you a question?
Because I haven't been there since high school.
Okay, so hold on now. Let me ask you a question there. Would you consider being cry happy drunk, or is that just you having a good buzz where you're feeling good about life? Because I've seen you there.
I see. I can cry happy without beer though.
Okay, but this one you definitely had it.
Which cry are you specifically talking
Christmas
about?
party at your house or something like that a couple years back when you were giving an announcement and you were in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
And you were cry talking.
Oh, that's like kind of me at my happiest.
Okay, very good. So I want to make sure that's good.
Whenever you see like different sectors of life, like I got emotional because I'm seeing my radio family interact with my theme park family that is interacting with my like childhood family crew.
Right.
That's too much, and that's me. I'm just a beaming little boy when that happens.
Yeah. I've never. Jack says he's been drunk around me, and I've seen Jack loopy, but I've not seen Jack drunk.
Should have come to Just Okay 8.
You know,
I was going to say, it's a dream of mine.
Yeah. Now I've seen Deb drunk.
Let's do it. Let's get drunk at Deb's house.
I've seen Deb
No.
drunk.
No.
But hold on. I've only seen you drunk twice. You were pretty drunk at the poker tournament once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you slapped Dan. It was fun. And then...
No, it was the massage I gave the poker dealer that almost got me kicked out. He even visited me at my table last year just to say hi.
I you were like, who are you?
No, I was like, hey.
I
They
remember
put me
you.
over here this year.
I remember you. After last year I met you, I could move my head better.
You helped with my C5.
And then I remember specifically we were downtown, I think, downtown Mount Dora after one of
our broadcasts.
After one of our first broadcast events down there. And that was sitting on the curb drunk.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, sitting on the curb drunk. But you were not. But the thing is, Deb likes to have a good time. Deb likes to have a good time when she gets a little drunk. But it hasn't been that. I mean, I haven't seen you even buzzed in a long time.
Dude, let's all get drunk together.
Yeah. I haven't. I'm saying I haven't seen you.
Let's all get drunk together and gossip.
I'd do that.
And then like coil, phone cords around our fingers.
There's got to be a therapy of that, right? That has to be like a therapy style where if people will like us have a work thing where we're in a certain situation and and you just get in a room and you just drink until all your inhibitions are gone and all of your fear of saying something that you think may be offensive or that goes away.
That won't end poorly.
And that's
called the office Christmas party.
That's the pure honesty that we're looking for in a relationship like this, right?
Well, do you guys know about the eye gazing exercise? I've kind of always wanted to do this with you guys.
Eye gazing?
Yeah, with anybody. I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy.
Okay, so tell me about it.
So it's basically you look into someone's eye for like an absurd long time.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Without blinking or?
No, you can
No, it's
blink.
not a contest. It's about gazing into each other's eyes.
Are
It's
you allowed
about
to make out?
Is it supposed to be a romantic connection thing?
No, not a romantic thing. It's just
human to human.
It's a really weird oddity that I have personally experienced once in my life. But the other time, I know you guys are doing it right now, but you're hearing
Hey, careful how you say that.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We have better other halves.
You guys are looking at each other.
You got to get closer.
Yeah, with eye contact. Eye contact.
If there was a snapshot of that, it would be like these turtles are battling for space.
Right.
But on a psychological level, prolonged eye contact can benefit your social relationships. Here's how. And then it does say increases intimacy. Sorry.
Yeah, that was the first thing, though. Thank God.
But it was the
very first thing. In order of predominance, it's the number one thing.
So this is the one that I remember the most. It helps.
Hurry up, because I'm going to call you out for something.
Yeah, it helps you recognize emotions. There's a reason why people say the eyes are the window to the soul. Your eyes are a powerful representation of your emotions.
And the windows.
Okay, hold on for a second. Emotions.
Yeah. Capital or vowel.
So those are.
Almost like Ross in Drunken High School. You haven't seen him in a while.
Something Jack's devoid of, I think, the whole time.
He's not devoid. He just has them locked in tiny little boxes with special keys.
Yeah, stare into my eyes and try and find.
No way, buddy. No way. The depth of that room is infinite.
It says
that is a blackness we've not experienced ever.
So it says a 2017 study of 35 university students determined that direct gazing gaze is associated with what is known as our self-other merging. This means it reduces the boundaries between self and other, creating a feeling of oneness and connection. This is supposed to be a thing. And I know that as soon as you start to think that, like, this is dumb, this isn't working, you're supposed to go like another 5-10 minutes after that.
How are you supposed to do it without laughing? Deborah and I tried to do it, and like 20 seconds in, we're cracking up.
Yeah, you're going to power right through that.
Yeah. Really?
I would say laughter in that situation is a defense mechanism. I think it's a subconscious alert going, we don't like this. We've never done this. No one does this. No faces, no nothing. You just stare into two people look into each other's eyes.
I should look away. I win.
Yeah,
it's not a contest.
It is a contest. I won. I want to know. Chat.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Yeah.
Wait,
hey, I lose. He won.
Can you blink?
Excuse me. I win. He laughed. Ross, give it to me.
No, I want to know. Can you blink? I want to know the rules. Are you allowed to blink?
He just said I asked that. He said yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not a contest. The goal
Deborah.
of this is to gaze deeply into each other's eyes.
Deborah, we are men.
That's why I want you guys to do. I want Jack and Jimmy to gaze into each other's eyes for 10 minutes straight. That's what I want.
But it's that abyss.
You're too far away. We got to be closer.
It's that abyss behind his face that I am scared of. That's where the devil lives. I'm sure of it.
So it says that to start eye gazing, because it does say that it is uncomfortable in the beginning, that it is an exercise, that you start off with 30 seconds and then you increase your sessions to 10 to 20 minutes.
All right, let me ask you a question on this, though, because I'm kind of puzzled. What is this supposed to accomplish? Is this a therapy tool used for like friendships, marriages, for business, like coworkers? What is this for?
I don't know about coworkers,
okay,
but I would say friends.
Okay.
I would say relationships, and I have the one time that I have stared into somebody's eyes for an absurd a long time.
You married her.
It was my aunt. It was like the craziest moment of my life. I know I've shared this before.
Yeah.
I was
at a diner or something.
Yeah,
right?
I was at an Applebee's.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was my dad's sister who I had never met before, and she tells my mom to leave and goes stare into my eyes, and I stared at her eyes. I thought, this woman is cuckoo, man. Yeah. She is out. She just talked to me about crystals for 5 minutes. And next thing I know, I'm destroyed. I'm crying so hard over my beautiful blondie dessert that Applebee's and only Applebee's has.
So good. With ice cream?
Yeah, dude, the blondie
and the salt
one.
From the tears.
I know. And I'm over here thinking about my dad. I'm eating a blondie, and my mom runs up, and she's like, what's up with the crystals?
Right.
Like, this is happening very fast.
Oh, and let me some blondie.
Yeah. Are you going to finish that?
Look at me.
By the way,
you can't do that noise.
She can't do it.
You can't do that.
I can make noises. That's how you win.
It says nothing about you have to hum weird.
what are you trying to win at? By the way, someone texted us at 77031. I think our boy lied.
Who's
about?
that?
Who's he kidding? Anyone who's been at a city match has seen Ross like sauce, sauced like Ross.
Oh, you don't get drunk at the city matches, do you?
I mean, since I've gotten hired by them, I have toned it down.
The supporter section stuff is fine. You're just expecting.
I have toned it down. I have not gone overboard.
Yeah.
It's a beer an hour. I can do that.
No one is getting sauced on $12 White Claws.
Yeah. No, without a second mortgage.
Someone's catching a light buzz on a $12
Hey,
White
they're
Claw.
big claws. They're big claws.
But I did get a little weird that opening season, that MLS inaugural season at Campy World.
Well, yeah.
I was getting twisted. I was explaining everything. I was having so much fun.
I like getting really drunk at home games for like card games. Like I got pretty hammered Scott Maxwell. That's the first time Maxwell saw me like sloppy, like slurring my words. We were at my house in Baldwin at a card game, and he was like, I don't think I've ever seen you like that. And the thing is, you couldn't look at me and tell. And then I tried to talk. I'm like, what's their problem, Scott?
Now, Maxwell's one I want to see get hammered.
You think he's smiley.
Is
he's.
I don't think he's been drunk in probably decades.
Oh, well, I'm not here. I won't say anything about Scott I think is out of line. I'm just saying he smiles a lot when bourbon's around for some weird reason.
Let's ask him tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll ask him.
Scott,
I don't think Scott has a problem getting a little buzz.
Well, what's your 2 cents though about drinking at home? Because I have a hate-love relationship with it.
You know, the funny thing is
it's cheaper.
I love the price.
Yeah,
here, man.
The funny thing is I used to drink at home quite a bit, but I don't really do it much anymore. Like I have a glass of wine if I'm cooking. I'll occasionally make myself an old fashioned or having a little bit of bourbon or something, but I really don't drink a bunch at the house. I really don't drink much at all anymore, to be honest with you. I just told my wife that this entire weekend, when I was supposed to go out and kind of tear it apart this weekend, play my golf tournament, I bet I had 10 drinks the entire weekend.
Okay, that's still like
3 a day. That's nothing when you're on vacation.
Okay, hold on here, man. You were still in Florida. Yeah. It wasn't like a when in Rome thing.
I give you the idea. I bought a 12-pack of Heineken when I got there. I put it in the fridge in my cottage when I got there, and I have 10 left. I drank 2 beers at the cottage. I even took 2 bottles of really good whiskey and did not even crack them open.
Just to have the options.
To have the options. Make, in case, just
freedom.
To make it look good on the table.
Freedom. I can do it. I don't have to drink it. It's coming.
Jack drinks at home, but I don't think you drink excessively at home, do you?
No. Just mildly. It's funny because I was just thinking, I bought last June, we did a road trip and went to North Carolina. I ended up buying a 12-pack. I still have 2 of those beers in my fridge.
God almighty, Jack. Well, I got to tell you, I believe it's down across the board. I
drinking at home?
Just drinking in general, I think, is kind of down. Like, I don't think people are drinking as much. I mean, they're too busy smoking weed or eating Eddies. I'm being serious. I honestly believe that's the case. I think people are like, well, look, if I want to alter my consciousness and if I can eat an edible and it's not going to wreck my liver or my kidneys or the rest of my body, like alcohol is a toxin to every organ in your body. And I can get that same kind of, little buzz by eating half of an edible, I mean, why not do that?
Go Eddie to Edie.
That's I got to tell you, more people I know are doing that for their special moments than they're, like, getting a couple beers. Like, the word tailgating, especially as you get a little bit older, dude, because alcohol isn't really fun. When you get a little bit older, your body doesn't really bounce back the way it used to.
Yeah.
So people my age, in their mid-50s and stuff, where they want to go out and rip it up and have fun, they just can't have, a day and a half of recovery. It kills. And my wife is the same way. She's like, she had 2 drinks at dinner the other night. And that next day she was like, man, I've got to stop doing that. Just 2 drinks.
First of all, you're just talking about age. Gotta plug Ross Thoughts. I have the agiest age thing so far in my life at 6 o'clock.
Really?
I can't wait for you guys to go. Come on in.
Yeah,
come on in. We have a seat for you right here.
A random pain?
No, so much worse. So much worse.
I don't want to take a guess because I don't want to ruin it. But I will tell you that I know exactly when that started happening to me. When I started realizing that although I feel 35 years old, like I feel like I'm 35 still, I definitely do not look like I'm 35. And when
that was Jack.
Don't stare into my eyes, stare into his.
And when this started happening to me and people started saying this, I was just like, oh, man.
Oh, you're peeing your pants now?
Don't say, no.
You sneezed too hard?
What?
Oh. You lost the battle to the sneeze.
Hold on, it's not a pee-pee thing. I didn't say pee-pee.
You need to go home.
It's not a pee-pee thing. This is not a pee-pee thing.
If you need to go, you run to the bathroom and I'll keep you covered. Because I understand when that urge hits, you cannot wait.
And we get it.
It's a front thing, so we'll be able to tell if
it is a front thing.
It's a front thing. We'll be able to tell. You won't be able to blame it on your water cup anymore.
It's such a front thing. We understand that this is the long segment, so we got you.
I hate this because I've done it to people. Like I've done this to people, so I hate this, but I can't fight it because I've done it to people and I deserve it. But I don't have a pee-pee problem. Not yet. I do not have the coughing pee-pee problem, but I got to feel it's coming. No more gray pants for Jim.
Drinking at home. The reason why I asked you,
that's like black pants Colbert.
What European?
BPC.
I asked about drinking at home because I've noticed this, and I'm not proud of it. It's like whenever I drink, I think everybody when they drink, what happens? You get you get a little more social.
Oh yeah.
That's why people go to a bar. You have a drink, then you might talk to the person, and then all of a sudden you're connected. That's why we do it.
Sure.
But when you drink at home, no one's there. Yeah. So now I'm like, just petting the living hell out of my dogs. I'm talking to them like about my day, and it gets a little too much.
What'd you do today?
Yeah, what'd you do today? Yeah. You kept doing that? All right, hit that spot. All right.
Another day of waiting for me to come home?
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. That's super cool. Did you see the vacuum?
Oh, my God. I haven't been drunk at the house in a while. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
Come on. Deb, we are 3. Oh my God, I've never gotten a look from you like that. That was.
Did it scare you?
That was the fastest thing I've ever seen.
All right, whose house is the best to get drunk at?
Yours.
I would say Deb, because Mount Dora, the power of Mount Dora.
Yeah, so we could get a buzz and walk down to Mount Dora and just bar hop.
Oh no.
Why not?
We're going to do it at your house.
You know everybody down there. We're not going to get in trouble. You know all the cops.
We're going to be
just partied with one on Saturday.
You know all the bar owners. I mean, you are a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, you said you partied with a cop like it was a point against our argument.
Exactly.
That's why we're there. We'll be the coolest people in downtown Mount Dora.
Oh my God, Deborah, I feel this. Jack is going to be down there.
Yep, let's go.
Jack ain't going to do it.
No,
what are you kidding? I'm getting that smoked old fashioned at
buddy.
Pisces Rising.
Oh, yeah.
They have one there?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a really good one.
Are you still doing that to yours?
I haven't done it in a while.
You got to make me one, Bob.
All right, let's do it.
You do. You have to make me one. Bring it Friday and make me one.
But next time you're in Mount Dora at Pisces, definitely try it.
So you want me to bring everything to make an old fashioned and smoke it?
Yeah, bring your stuff and smoke me an old fashioned. What are you doing?
And then gaze into my eyes.
You're gazing in your eyes, man. Here you look at him. Oh, he's going to do it now for sure. I've got him now. He's in my trance.
Yeah, we should definitely get drunk in Mount Dora. Hey, I'm not saying we're spending the night at your house. I'll drop the 40+ bones on that Uber. I'll get weird.
I was going to say, yeah, there's
I like the fact that he says, hey, by the way, he's letting you know, I'm not going to stay over.
Right, I know,
yeah, well,
I'm not going to pass out in front of the fireplace. I'm just letting you know I don't plan on doing that.
I have not committed to that.
That is worthy of clarification because we're like, hey, let's get drunk at Deb's house.
Jim and I will share her couch.
Let's clear. Easy, buddy. Let's clear this with Chris and make sure he's in on it because I don't think he drinks a lot.
Is the couch even sectional or is it just like a 3-person?
Oh, no, it's sectional.
It's sectional.
Okay.
Yeah, it has like a settee on one side and then like a couch on the other.
Oh, that's right. Is this the same one you had back in the day?
No.
Oh, it's a different one altogether.
Yeah, you haven't even seen this
don't
house.
pretend like you know it. You haven't been there.
This is a good opportunity to have us come see it.
That's what I'm seeing. We're trying to peep couch and get drunk.
Jack, tell him about my shower.
Yeah. Oh, the shower.
What about the shower?
Don't
How does
you
Jack
worry
know
about
your
it.
shower?
You got a custom shower?
Let me just say it can hold 2 people.
Whoa, dude, what are you doing?
Could probably hold 4.
Really?
That's the room.
Really?
It's the whole room.
It's 4 people we have on this show.
So is there a
drunk shower at Deb's house?
Drunk shower.
We're doing it.
Damn
Drunk
it.
shower.
Hey, don't freak out though. It's clothed. All right. You know,
well, at first.
No. One of us has to draw a straw to be naked.
yeah,
It's just one of us.
Yeah. We played we played this game called Jaeger Mister.
It's going to be fun for somebody. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in just 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Tuesday. And despite the windy start to our day, we are expecting a calmer day overall with temperatures staying on the cooler side for the first official day of spring with a high of 68 degrees in Orlando. Plenty of sunshine, though, and that trend will continue into our Wednesday with some better feeling temperatures. An afternoon high of 75 degrees for tomorrow. We do, though, expect increasing rain chances by the end of the week and especially for Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes.
Why are people saying "Hew yeah" to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. These guys also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. I have one of those Unis. It is a blast. By the way, cooks a damn good steak as well. Make sure everyone has a good place to sit with outdoor furniture from our friends at Pollywood. Indestructible, beautiful, will not fade in this Florida sun. Unreal. They also have service techs specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues as well. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware. You guys know Tools. They're awesome people. 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, including the brand new store in Hamlin, just opened a couple weeks ago, or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. A1 is also your one call for garage floors and garage storage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Cracked or worn out bottom rubbers and seals expose your garage door to bugs and other pests, dirt, debris, and cold air. A1 Garage Door Service can replace old bottom rubber and seals in no time. And don't forget about all the moving parts of a garage door system. Wheels get old, cables fray, grease runs out, and tracks move, putting excessive wear and tear on your garage door system. Don't wait until there's a problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service for all of your garage door needs. Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special. Because the garage door is the smile of your home, don't wait. Call A1 Garage Door Service and you'll be smiling today.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
By the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times O-Rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95 and receive a $10 O'Reilly gift card after rebate. Plus, buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Introducing Tanzite Stone Tile Flooring, a game changer in the tile industry. Say goodbye to the trade-off between durability and easy installation with Tanzite's revolutionary indoor-outdoor stone tile. Visit Tanzite.com to see how our tile is installed without concrete or mortar. Instead, our innovative rubber gasket system connects the tiles together. Each tile coming pre-assembled, you simply grab one and place it. No expertise needed. At Tanzite.com, you can see how our foam back tiles contour to cover any existing floor while insulating against sound and cold. Beautiful and versatile. Tanzite tile adapts to indoor or outdoor use, from kitchens to patios, on concrete basements or wooden decks. All with the durability of stone that's guaranteed for life. Witness this innovative product yourself and order a sample today at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. We'll have Scott Brown in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll do It's Only Money around 5:20. We'll do trivia, and then top of the hour at 6 o'clock, we'll do Ross Thoughts. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, you can do that right now. Watch us do the show live. Go through JimColbertLive.com once you get there. Please give us a subscribe and like. It only takes you a couple seconds. We will not hassle you, I promise.
Well.
But it does help us quite a bit. And you can check out the show live as we do it every single day. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. When's the last time you had a car towed?
Oh. What, willingly, like you wanted it towed,
Well,
or
no.
you
Like
went looking for it and it was gone?
Yeah, you went looking for it and it was gone. Have you ever had a car towed?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, really? Oh, yeah, I have. Do you know what? My first date that I brought my wife to a radio station event. It was a Monsters event when we, Howard Stern left terrestrial radio, he left our station. He left Clear Channel at the time, and he signed with another company and therefore came on a station against us here in Orlando as the Monsters of the Morning. Well, we beat him the first couple books he was in town. Actually, I believe the first year or so, we beat him pretty handily. And we threw this big party because one of Howard's things back in the day is that if he came into your town and he beat the number 1 morning show, he would hold a funeral for you.
Right.
Right. And hire a big, I think one of them was, he'll hire a big band to come in and play. He does a, multi-$1,000 gig. It's a whole thing. We stopped doing that. But when we did that, we threw a big party downtown Orlando. Hey, we beat Howard. Kind of was a big deal. And I remember it was the very first station event, I believe, that I brought my wife to, which was just my girlfriend at the time. And I remember it because she stepped off the curb and broke her foot.
Oh, no.
The first time ever.
You've been hurting this girl forever.
But the same thing is I believe that same day my car was towed at a station event that I thought we had clearance to park at. And I will tell you, I don't know what it is. Nothing. Well, I can't say nothing. So many things make me mad. But that one, it made me so angry. And the other time I was towed, and this is where this story comes up. I was in the process of getting towed. And this is a bit of a question for tow truck drivers out there or people who have been towed a lot. So the guy was backing up to my car. I was walking up, and I didn't even know it was my vehicle because I was so far away. Then I realized it was my vehicle he had on the tow truck or was, staging it to tow. I started running, and I got up there and I go, oh, dude, I'm here. We're good. And he goes, we're not good. If I get my truck under your car, or if it's hooked up by law, this is what he said. Now, again, this didn't feel right, but I didn't argue because I was so mad. By law, I can't even put it down. Like, I am obligated at the point to pick the car up and take it away if I get my gear hooked up to it. So I sat there and watched this guy.
Oh, my God.
Hook this car. He wouldn't even let me go in it and get something out of it. He said it's against law. Once I take control of this vehicle, it's not my vehicle per se, but you can't have access to it. Because I was like, well, just let me get in there and get a couple things I need. And he said, no, you can't get in the car now. Have you guys experienced anything like that? And the reason why is there's a tow truck driver who was approached by a man. He was towing a car. He's 30 years old. This happened in, I want to say, Boston, New York. He's 30 years old. That's Flatbush, right, Jack? Is New York?
Flatbush, it's part of, yeah.
Well, it was part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay, good. Sure. Because I didn't know if it was a part. It's part of one of the boroughs. So
yeah.
It was in Brooklyn. It was 8:45 in the evening. A guy, 30 years old, tow truck driver, pulls up, hooks up the car. The car was illegally parked, right? Just like me, the guy walks up on the event happening and is like, hey, man, put the car down. And he goes, no, I can't do that. And he starts banging on the tow truck driver's car, which is a big no-no, right? You have to deal with those things in civil court and handle it that way. You can't, take those things in your own hands. It sucks, but you just have to have a cool head and not let your anger get a hold of you. And look, this is coming from a guy who gets pretty angry pretty quickly. Like, I have no problem getting mad. And so when the guy started banging on the truck, the tow truck driver gets out and basically starts getting at him a little bit, saying, hey, what are you doing? And it turns into a physical altercation. This guy punches the 61-year-old guy in the face. He falls and he dies.
Oh, wait, a 61-year-old tow truck driver?
No. The guy was 61 who had the car. The 30-year-old got out. This guy was in his face.
Right.
Because they haven't charged him with the guy's death at all. They did take him in, the tow truck driver, but they haven't filed charges for him against him as a death because, I mean, I think you'd be able to make a case he was kind of defending himself.
Yeah.
This guy got in his face.
Tow truck driving might be, no, I'll just go out on a limb and say it. Think that's my bottom of the list job.
I would think it's one of those jobs that is really thankless
and dangerous.
I don't think there's a situation. I was thinking about this today when I read this story. I don't know that there's a situation where it's a positive scenario for a tow truck driver, with the exception of if you're broken down and they show up on time and stuff. But even then, if your car is getting towed for illegal parking, that is the worst.
So,
and they repo as well, by the way. That's that's the worst.
No, so I was just going to ask you, what do you think is worse? A tow truck driver who's waiting for people going out to park illegally to take their car, which
was a big problem in Orlando years ago. Remember that?
Absolutely.
Still is?
It still is.
Predatory.
Yeah, and so, or the repo tow truck driver who has to sneak in the middle of the night and take a car that the person most likely is trying to hide due to lack of payment.
That's
or
right.
Something.
That's right.
Gotta be repo.
That is more dangerous without a doubt.
There was a TV show based on that for a while. Was it the Repo Man or Repo Boys or whatever the hell it was?
That's right.
There's a whole channel for it. They were doing that all the time.
I think they're based in Florida.
It's pretty damn impressive how quickly they can get in and get those cars out of there. But you're right, boy. A lot of those people, they do not. I mean, they are not. And like Jack was saying, they know that they're behind. They know they're evading them.
Well, look at Men in Black, right? Guy goes to tow the Bug's vehicle. Dueling gun battle right there on the streets of New York.
Exactly. I should
I
have
mean,
thought
that
of
tow
that.
truck driver had a gun with like a 12-inch barrel on it.
I should have thought of that. Yeah.
Art imitates life.
Yeah. But I would say that would be one of those jobs where you'd be like, look, man.
I couldn't do it. Can you imagine?
No, I could not. There's no way.
That amount of confrontation day in, day out.
And the thing is, and again, you're usually in the wrong. Like, they know what they're doing, because here's the thing. Tow truck drivers and tow truck companies don't want to spend their entire lives in civil court fighting, these $250 tow jobs that, they don't want to do that. So they're obviously going to make sure that they know what they're doing. And all of them know where the hot zones are. And like, years ago, I think there was a story, maybe the Sentinel did it, where there was predatory tow truck driving. They proved it. And I still think it probably happens today, but I don't know how bad it is downtown anymore.
You said toe jobs, and I thought of plastic surgery.
Get out of
I
here.
know everyone thought it.
Well, because
or other stuff.
Because you remember there was that 7-Eleven downtown that they would wait for you to park to go almost anywhere else, and before you even got your hand on the door handle, they were already towing your car.
Oh man, all the clubs in the 90s in Orlando, it was such a madhouse down in Orlando in the 90s. I know it's still pretty busy, but back in the day, man, it was crazy. And those things, it would be like they were like vultures. They just circled this all spot. And if you parked 1 second, and they would, you could be out of your car just a few seconds, and they would back in if you were illegally parked. And the thing is, you've done it all wrong. It's on you. But yet they have to catch all the S from it, and they're just doing their job.
Yeah, there's a balance to it all.
You think so?
There is a balance. I've always been blown away. I mean, like paying for a meter downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I know I haven't gotten one of those tickets in a long time, but I see that bike dude and I see that bike guy dropping those highlighter green slips, and I just think like, dude, I just don't like you. You're not one of us.
Well, he doesn't want to be one of you. He's doing his job.
I know, and he's a hero, whatever. I just know that I look at that guy, and he's on the bike, and he's just dropping those slips. I'm like, God.
Have you ever had a wheel lock?
No.
Had that once.
Oh.
Yeah, parked in the wrong place. Instead of towing my truck, they put a wheel lock on it.
Somebody said semi-truck towing is super dangerous.
I would think. I mean,
is it because those rigs are so expensive?
Also huge.
Yeah.
You're going to need a...
Also, defended by shotguns?
Yeah, I would think they live there.
Yeah,
live in
like
it.
150 or 200 grand for those things.
Never thought that would be... no.
Oh, man. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Delays continue in the usual spots on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between US 27 and the 429, and between Osceola Parkway and 535. No major delays at this time for those traveling east or westbound on the 408. Traffic up to speed for those taking the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you run into traffic problems today, make sure you call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
It's time to get pre-approved so you don't miss the party this summer at your new pool home. That mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years, including myself. Experience the mortgage broker difference like I did and save a bunch of money. Just how much? Well, government studies prove buyers save $9,400 on average when you work with a mortgage broker rather than with the banks. So let that mortgage guy, Don, make your dream home a reality just like he did for me. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Kalo Services Job Fair will be on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit us to learn about opportunities in the construction services industry. Register at kalosflorida.com/jobs or text 352-243-7099.
Homeowners, are you ready to love your home again? Install Brick Paver can build eye-catching walkways, patios, or driveways. They can build custom fire pits for relaxing with your family. They even build outdoor kitchens and build retaining walls. Everything you need to create a perfect outdoor paradise. Install Brick Paver can do it with spectacular results. Go to installbrickpaver.com to see our amazing home makeovers. You can also get a free, no-obligation quote for your outdoor project. Call for free information now. 407-337-4040. Call 407-337-4040. Install Brick Paver is a family-owned and operated company with over 20 years experience and fantastic Google reviews. We are Orlando's finest family-owned paving experts. Fire pits, pool decks, paver driveways, patios, and hardscaping. Install Brick Paver does it all. Call for your free estimate now. Get in early before our spring schedule gets booked. Call 407-337-4040. That's 407-337-4040.
We are connected internationally with relationships in the diamond industry that go back decades, sources all over the world.
International Diamond Center's owner Keith LeClaire explains how IDC always offers to beat anyone else's price on a diamond.
We buy direct from the cutters, we pay cash, and we just don't believe in typical jewelry store markups.
With his background as a wholesaler, Keith says IDC's business model is based on lower margins and higher volume.
We're not here to sell you something for a quick buck.
So it comes down to better sourcing and low markups.
That's why we guarantee the best value price.
If you're buying a diamond, engagement ring, or any fashion jewelry, come experience a refreshing alternative to the typical jewelry experience at IDC.
We're here to offer the right price on every piece of jewelry that you buy from IDC.
Real value from real people.
We'd rather make a little bit and keep you as a customer than make a lot of it and lose you as a customer.
International Diamond Center, all 4 Orlando locations, and online shopidc.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
This is trial attorney Jeff Coppin from the injury law firm of Coppin and Lind. Whenever you hear the words, "This call is being recorded," Understand, this is not for your benefit. In my experience representing thousands of clients over 25 years, I have seen insurance companies use these recordings to deny responsibility and avoid paying medical expenses. Let your attorney do your talking for you. Contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
What to do, Colbert crew? Guess who? Ross, A, I'm actually 37. B, my boss is cool as AF. I almost did it. You also surprised me with the cans. But Jimmy, I'm drinking at home right now. I'm on 2 rum and cokes and 4 or 5 Budweisers.
All right, buddy. I mean, it is 5:02.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
407-916 in that guy's living room. It was 5 o'clock around noon, I think. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Get over to YouTube. Give us a like and follow, subscribe on our YouTube channel. We appreciate that greatly. You can get to it right through JimColbertLive.com while you're there. Check out the goods, all the interviews we have. A really cool interview with Tom Segura is up there now, plus all the special segments we have on the program. You can do that at JimColbertLive.com. Plus, you can get all the podcasts as well. If you ever run out of content or things to listen to, JimColbertLive.com. Plenty of stuff there.
Yeah, just go to the list for What'd You Do That's New.
Boom. Nailed
Toodle
it.
through that.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Orlando gets a lot of weird number ones. It's the weirdest thing. We have these lists of cities. Sometimes we do well. Sometimes it's like not so good.
Usually number 1 for spring break destination, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Sure, yeah. Destinations for people to come and not spend money in the proper, just down by the theme parks and stuff.
Gotta love it.
But you know what I think?
It's like a mullet that just gets all the loves in the front.
Right, exactly. You never brush the back.
But the party's in the back. Go to the party. Gringos.
Well, Orlando finally, I have to tell you, it's weird because when I read this story today, I was like, what? And then I started thinking about my own kids and the time they spent playing sports here in Central Florida. But as of right now, Mayor Buddy Dyer joined the Greater Orlando Sports Commission on Walt Disney World Resort Monday for a major announcement. What happened was Orlando was voted by the Sports Business Journal as the best city for attracting and sporting events in the nation. Number 1 right here in Orlando. And the funny thing is most people, and I would say including myself, until Inter and Co Stadium was built, I should get a $1 for that, by the way.
You nailed it.
Yeah, bravo, buddy.
For Inter and Co Stadium to be built, then we had the what we know new as the Citrus Bowl, now Camping World Stadium, and of course now we have the Kia Center, formerly the Orlando Arena. We know those as the big spots, for the big games. But what a lot of people do not realize is, I believe, here in Orlando, we actually have one of the biggest state-of-the-art swimming facilities down on I-Drive as well, right?
Yeah.
And diving facilities. I believe they also have a giant diving complex in there with a swimming complex. We also have that Disney Wide World of Sports, which is a mecca for baseball, soccer, lacrosse, volleyball.
Convention center, all of that stuff you can fit inside of that
and
building.
The convention center has 2 of the biggest sporting events all year long. The volleyball event, which is, I believe, the AAU national event, is at the convention center. And guys, I'm telling you, it's like 130 courts.
Whoa.
It is massive. 500 teams. It may be more than that. Between like 500 and 800 teams. The PGA show comes to Orlando. Not exactly a sporting event per se.
It's big.
But it is a big event.
Nationally recognized.
You have the PNC, which is a golf tournament, usually in the off-season. Tiger Woods and his son played there. John Daly and his son play there. We have the Bay Hill or Arnold Palmer Invitational. So when you start kind of boiling down, not to mention every community in Orlando has a massive softball soccer complex. Apopka has one. Geneva has one. Winter Springs has one of the biggest ones in all of Seminole County. That Central Winds Park thing out there is massive, dude.
Well, they have another one on 419 right by the transfer station. They just had to build on more parking lot.
Exactly. That's it. So that's that thing on Lake Mary Boulevard, you mean?
No. On 419, right before by 1792 there, the dump, the transfer station.
Yes.
There is a softball complex right there that is, when it's packed, I mean, there are cars lining the road on there.
I love Florida sports. I had a friend in high school that was really into Florida, high school sports and, future number one picks. And he was the one that really educated me when it comes to high school sports, Florida sports. We're kind of tied 1, tied 2, day in, day out, year round.
Yeah.
It's us in Texas.
Yeah.
Because
Arizona.
Yeah, because we have sunlight year round.
Yeah, that's right.
You can practice.
Yeah, there was a list that came out recently of how many quarterbacks from what concentration of what cities, and it was literally a battle between Florida and Texas.
Yeah, I've always gotten a huge kick out of that, knowing that we are producing some of the best athletes, not just for the country, but also the planet.
Yeah, I think that actually out there at Disney, don't they have also a track and field set up as well? So you could do.
I would think.
I mean, it's just crazy how many, when you start thinking about the scope of Orlando, and I would include, I call them the boroughs, but, your Altamont Springs, your Ovitos, your Goldenrod areas, Apopkas and stuff like that. They all have their own little complexes. Then Orlando has the big structures for the pros. But, man, this city does support a lot of kids in high school and semi-pro sports.
So back this up, beep, beep, beep. What was the number one title that we had? You said that this is
hosting sporting events is the Sports Business Journal said we were the number one in the country.
Hell yeah. That should come with a plaque.
Yeah.
Give us a plaque.
Yeah. Also, on top of that, don't we have, if you remember, out in Kissimmee, it used to be attached to, I want to say, Orange Lake Country Club. There was a giant tennis facility out there that was part of the USTA training facility, I believe, out there.
It's isn't it in the Lake Nona area?
Well, there's one
that whole tennis complex.
Yeah, I think there's one there, but you're right, they did build one out there. But the one that I remember, the very first one I remember that people traveled to stay on property to get that kind of training was out in the Kissimmee area, if I remember right, buddy. I could be wrong, but I know the Nona area does have one. I think that's cool. Lacrosse fields, all that stuff right here in Orlando, man. And it's so much revenue. It was so smart, really, to engage that kind of business because it's so big and it's families. Just like when I was bringing my kids down there, you bring your 2 kids in, you're staying in a room, you're eating out every night. The parents are kind of having a bottle of wine now and again. The kids are going to the stores and buying stuff. It is such a financial impact on all the theme parks get all the credit. But when you talk about the sporting setups we have in Central Florida, that number cannot be ignored. Monster truck? I'm joking.
It's a competition, gentleman's sport.
It is.
Yeah, it's loud. Make little boys lose their mind.
Yeah,
and little girls.
And little girls.
I would love to drive one of those.
Oh, my God.
Like one of those big earth movers.
Have you ever been to one of those things, by the way? Have you ever been? Oh, Deborah, I will tell you I made fun of them for years. I made a living making fun of monster truck shows and the people who went to monster truck shows.
And then you went and you realized you were with family.
I remember going for the very first time, and here's the change of mind. When you see the trucks in the pit, because what happens, Ross, at a monster truck show is they park all the trucks out in the parking lot area, and they charge you an upgraded fee, like a pit pass fee, where you can pay $30 to get in, but an extra $15, and you can wander around the pits. All the trucks are set up. You can come take pictures with them. You can meet the drivers. They do it right, by the way. They do it right. That monster truck show for years was one of the best run entertainment venue or events of all year. I happen to have a behind-the-scenes look at that, of how that thing ran, and it was to the minute. And I'm not joking. It was to the minute. I saw the call sheet. At 7:59, this guy does this. At 8:04, this guy does this. And on point, that's what happened. But when you get down there and you see how big the trucks are, right? You can't believe how big they are.
They're like tractor tires.
Many people I saw could walk straight up underneath the trucks.
Those are called kids.
Right? No. Full-grown adults. Full-grown adults. And here's the crazy thing. Then you go into the stadium and you see that thing 40 feet in the air. And you're like, holy S. This truck is already gigantic and it's face high and I'm in the 3rd level.
I know.
And they're doing that, flipping while doing it. You're like, man, that is insanity how big and high those jumps are for those things. Incredible, by the way. Those guys driving those things are geniuses.
Look, next year he's going to have a little boy to take with him.
Yeah. A little monster truck kid.
And I know one of the drivers.
Oh, I'm going to make your kid a dirt-eating redneck. I love it. I'm going to hold him right here in my bosom and feed him Mountain Dew until he turns.
Yeah.
No.
It turns what? Turns into one of you?
Yeah, that's what you want.
No. No.
You don't want a little gym in your house?
Oh.
Come on. If you're gonna have a little version of any of us in your house, if your baby was, which one would you choose?
Me.
You'd want. Come on, dude. It's right here.
Oh man,
it's
that
right
is
here.
Tough.
It's not that thing, right?
Sure it is.
It's not that thing.
Wow.
The one with all the void, the eye void.
Pointing at me saying that thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought he was pointing at me.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, which one of you three would I want my kid to be like?
If your kid was going to grow up and have the personality of one of us on the show, I'm not 100%, not like a, but leaned toward the personality of one of us on the show.
All right, leading towards the personality, I'm going to go with Deb because I need my kid to love animals.
There you go.
Because that says so much to me.
Jack and I hate him so much.
But if you're looking for a silver lining here, Jim, day one, my baby's coming out. It's going to look like you. You guys are going to have more things in common then than ever.
That felt like a shot, Deb. Is this a hair joke?
It was a hair joke. And I think we should really bring that up more often.
Bald head, screaming, crying.
All right, 407-9. Once again, you're right. It is me the whole time. Bald head, mad, screaming, crying, hungry.
Oh, yeah. And, no, he sneezed too hard. We got to change the diaper.
All right, 407. You son of a bitch.
Well, it's in the front.
Yeah, it's in the front. It's a front mark.
It's a front thing.
But it's got an indicator, so we know. All right, back in a sec with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. It's Only Money is right after this.
Real radio is the news junkie.
They're trying to get rid of hotel bathtubs, and I just can't stand for it.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't take your side.
Sealand, you've used a hotel bathtub before. I've seen it. Wait.
area, especially east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535 and between 192 and the 429. Drivers can expect delays traveling on the interstate through downtown Orlando as well. If you happen to see any other traffic problems today, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is live now. It's in our YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. Follow us there. Subscribe to our channel and vote in the chat. We'll talk about the results at the end of the program. Today it's brought to you by the Home Builders Network. Connect with them at hbnusa.com. And we've been talking about Mike the Home Builder and the Home Builders Network for years on Real Radio. When it comes time to do something around your home, the biggest investment most of us will make in our lifetime, our homes. You want to take care of it, and you want to do it right. That's why you go to the Home Builders Network, because Mike has assembled a team that can take care of you, whether you need a new roof. Maybe you just need some roof work done and not a whole new roof. Is it gutters? Is it new windows? Is it replacement windows? Is it a new door? You can get it all done through the Home Builders Network at hbnusa.com. Mike the Home Builder, great guy. Use someone local, someone you can trust, someone we've been talking about for more than a decade. It's the Home Builders Network, hbnusa.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. A1 is also your one call for garage floors and garage storage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of a repair. Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
A1 from day one.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Wednesday night at 7 at the Orlando Wyndham Garden. CamTechSchool.com.
Hey Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line, with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America? Thousands of hard-to-find Rolex watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all in perfect condition.
We scour the world to find only the most pristine, super clean watches. We only carry the creme de la creme.
And like everything else at IDC, these watches are at a price that's guaranteed to give you maximum value.
We price them to win the customer, not lose a customer.
International Diamond Center for pre-owned Rolexes, exquisite rare diamonds, premium designer jewelry, and exceptional white glove service.
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie. Now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. Right now, spend $20 on select Armor All car care products and get $5 back after rebate. Plus, get 3 times O Rewards points on select Seafoam products, which means you can reach your next $5 reward even faster. Visit your new O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
The Lombardi may have been lifted, but that doesn't mean there's no football to talk about. It's the offseason, and there's no better way to stay up to date with the latest from our league than with the Around the NFL podcast for news and fresh content all offseason long. From the start of free agency, where we'll break down familiar faces headed to new places, to the next generation of superstars walking across that stage at the NFL draft, listen to the Around the NFL podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Heed the call.
Presented by T-Mobile for Business. Now is the time for 5G business.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I used to repossess cars in Vermont,
And there's something up there called a breach of peace, which if they interfere with you repossessing the car physically, then you have to release the car to them or you can get sued. I don't know if that's the case in other states, but certainly in Vermont.
Let me clear it up for Florida for you. When it happened to me, it did not happen like that. That apparently if they get that thing under your car, that thing is as good as towed, and they are not going to release it. They're not going to relent. And here's the one thing you don't want to do. Get into a verbal argument or a physical argument with a guy who tows cars for a living. Because chances are you're not the baddest guy he's seen that day.
Right, but if that did force them to drop the car, then it seems like it would almost encourage confrontation.
Yeah, exactly. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is.
Hi.
Ross is as well.
Save money.
Every Tuesday at 5:20, we do this. Edgewater Family Wealth sends over their best. It's Scott Brown. He's the owner. We do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth. Isn't that really just common sense financial advice? It's both. Oh, okay. It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for the well-traveled Mr. Scott Brown.
Yay! Oh, yeah, baby.
This guy drives in from Savannah Day, comes right to the show to do his job. Gotta love a cat like that. Gotta love a cat like
I'm
that.
I'm committed, baby.
I love it. How's it going, buddy?
It's going wonderfully. How are y'all?
Yeah, doing really well, man. How was your weekend?
It was fantabulous.
Are you a celebrator of these kind of odd little St. Patrick's Day kind of things? Did you do anything?
I'm sure there's I have Irish in my blood somewhere, but no, I'm not a big green beer, although I was in Greenville, and they are very big on the celebration.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually told that do not go to Savannah for their St. Patrick's Day celebrations because they're off the chain.
Really?
I've heard that as well.
Of all things, the Irish Mecca of Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I just like to get down. Anytime you can drink in Savannah, they're going to be fine with it.
It's a drinking city.
All right,
It is.
Scott Brown comes to us from Edgewater Family Wealth, edgewaterfamilywealth.com. When you go there, you can save your spot for one of these great seminars that we've been pushing, which is April 24th and April 26th. You can go see the dates, the times, the places, get your spot there. It is very, very good. Also, he's got a couple books there you may want to look at. While you're online, check it out. Again, that's edgewaterfamilywealth.com.
Yeah, I want to speak to that a little bit. So we do have the two events coming up, the Ruth's Chris event here in Orlando, which is the 24th, and then the 26th in Mount Dora for our Lake County people who have been asking for an event, which I know that's starting to fill up quite a bit too. So we're excited about that. But I wanted to spend a second on what we do there because I think sometimes people are intimidated by that.
Yeah,
so, what I would say is most people say to me, a lot of people say to me at the end of these events, they're like, this is not what I expected. They expected to be sold something. They expect to
like
the
a
annuity
pitch.
pitch or the life insurance pitch.
You get a free cruise at the end of this.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving you a free cruise. But the reality is what we're doing is we're trying to educate. And the truth of the matter is, yes, sometimes some of the folks that attend become our clients because they fit into our kind of our niche. They have assets they've accumulated. Maybe it's $300, $400, $500 or more $1,000, and that's a great client for us. And we'd love to have you. But the reality is, most people that come to them are not in that category. And my goal is, when we're talking to the people who are what I call accumulators, I want them to put themselves in a situation or learn something at the event that they can then come back in 4 or 5 years and say, hey, man, I'm ready for Edgewater Family Wealth.
Sure.
I need your services now. So these events are educational. We have people we call people who are accumulators, people who are revisers or maintainers, people who are accumulators or beginners. They're just learning what to do. Give me 3 or 4 things to help me get started. These are not complex things, but hopefully we boil down what feels complex into a simple fashion so you can take that first step forward. And then for the people that are maintaining or refining their wealth, these are people that are maybe in their late 50s, early 60s, they're about to retire out. They've only had money in their 401k. Now they got 500, 600, 800, whatever the number is. And they're saying, all right, we're ready for Edgewater Family Wealth. We're serious about this. We need help taking care of the assets that we have accumulated. So the main point I wanted to make in the beginning here about these events, again, April now I've forgotten. April 24th,
Right.
we're in Bruce Chris in Orlando. And April 26th, we're at the 1921
Right, yeah.
room in Mount Dora.
Which is beautiful.
Nice.
Which is awesome. So we want all these Lake County people to come out. But again, this is not a sales pitch. I'm not breaking out the annuities or the life insurance or the Amway or the whatever. I'm
not coming there.
Yeah, I'm not breaking out. This is not a
Count
pyramid
me-
scheme.
Count me out.
Yes, I know. Everybody's looking forward to it. So anyway, we look forward to having you on those days.
Very nice. Again, that's EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. You can book your spot there. I should say book. It's not book because there's no cost. You can save your spot there.
That's correct.
'Cause a lot of people, when I use the word book, automatically think there's a cost to it. That is not the case at all. And as a matter of fact, you serve a little lunch occasionally.
We
too.
do.
Yeah,
We serve a really good lunch, actually. Yeah.
Well, if you're 1921, you don't have a choice, boss.
Yeah, Bruce Chris does okay, too, for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
All right, so let's get to it. Usually we get a little text saying some things that you want to maybe go over and explain. The first one here is why returns matter, but not as much or not the way that most people think. I did not understand that, so I'm ready for your explanation, sir.
Yeah,
I would think returns would be everything.
Well,
Tax returns? Are we talking tax
those
returns?
kind of matter. The government cares about those. But
gains.
yeah, but the reality is people get caught up in returns for the wrong reason. So a lot of times a person will walk in and say, well, what are your returns? What are your numbers? What are you going to get me? What do you get your existing clients or whatever? And it varies from client to client, right? What they're really looking for is to try to fulfill an emotional need, which is to say, I earned better than the market, or I earned 8%, or I earned 10%, or I earned 12%, with no real understanding of what that even means to them. Because I got news for you.
Right.
If you're 60 and you've got $500 saved and you earn 80%, it ain't going to help you, right? So you need to understand the context of what you're trying to do. And what I mean by that is if you walk in, to make a more realistic example, and you say, I have $500,000, and I need to have $100,000 a year in income to live off of. Well, first of all, we got to look at your Social Security, right? So if your Social Security is 45 grand or 40 grand or 30 grand or 35, then we have a delta between the 35 and the 100. Is your 500 grand, what does it need to earn?
Right, to get you to your goal.
To fix your hole, right? You have a gap. So a lot of people don't even know that. If you're again, to make the math simple, let's say you needed 50,000 on that 500 grand, but 25 is coming from Social Security. You go, oh, well, 25 has to come from my assets. What rate of return do I need to accomplish what I say I want to accomplish, which is to have $50,000 a year in income? And I would further say the thing that I try to teach people is pretend you're Harvard or pretend you're Yale, pretend you're an endowment.
I do that all the time.
I know, Ross,
Right.
having gone to both schools like Ross has, he understands that.
Undergrad, grad.
Double diploma.
Right. So,
New high record. They gave me everything.
all the degrees.
Yeah, all of them.
Understood. So Harvard and Yale, when they look at their needs, they say we have $40 billion in an endowment. We're going to spend this much on a building. We're spending this much on scholarships. We're going to hire this many professors. We're going to send the rowing team somewhere fancy. Right. That's going to cost this. They don't look around the room at each other in their quarterly meetings and say, hey, man, what do you want to earn? Or, hey, man, what would be a good return? What they say is, what do we need to earn to do all the things we just said we were going to do with the assets that we have and the assets we expect to bring in donations? They don't just say, hey, man, what's a good number? Can you get me 8? Can you get me 10?
Right. What percentage of people come into your office at Edgewater Family Wealth and have an idea of what they want to do, or ones that come in going, hey, I just need help across the board. Here's what I have. What can you do for me? This is my goal. Is that how you would have most people come in and just go, hey, look, this is what I have. This is what I'd like to accomplish. Here's how old I am. This is how much money I make. This is what I'm projected to make in the next 10 years. How does that work?
So all of those things happen, right? If we're doing the job properly, we're having a conversation that's easily an hour long about what are you going to bring in? What do you expect? When do you expect to retire? How much do you need in income? What do your bills look like? How much do you have saved? How much are you going to save between now and then? You know, how many trips a year do you want to take? Do you need to buy a car every 5 years? We have all of that backs into a number, right? So it's not some willy-nilly thing. Again, what most people are looking for is comfort.
Yes.
They're looking to feel comfortable.
Peace of mind, Scott, right?
They want to feel safe. Scott, tell me it's going to be okay. And if it's not going to be okay, tell me why. Because again, oftentimes a person will walk in and they'll say, oh, my brother-in-law is getting 9%. And I say, that's great. I don't believe you, but that's great. Yeah. Right. So, and do they need to get 9%? Right? Are they in such a bad financial position, or at least they're stretching their finances so far that they have to earn 9? Because I got news for you: the S&P 500 has not earned 9 for 100 years. Right? It's averaged about 7.5 to 8. So that person is obviously having to take more risk to earn a return to be successful. I don't I don't care what the return is. What I care about is you walk in and you say, I'm 65 years old. My life expectancy is 83. I need to have $120,000 in income. I have this much money saved. I have to pay for, I have to set up my Medicare. I have to do this. I have to, this much from Social Security. I have this much from possible inheritance. Whatever it is, I am concerned with you surviving. I am concerned with you have this much money today. And then when you die, you're going to not run out of money before you die, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. You're going to spend the money you need to spend, do the things you want to do, and be successful. Rate of return is immaterial to me other than I need to know what it needs to be, not what you want it to be.
Yeah, well, you must have seen a number of people come in and have just question marks everywhere and maybe not have a good idea of what they're going to be doing when they hit retirement age, maybe even beforehand, because most people probably don't even start thinking about it until they hit 63, 64, 65. I think most people now, I don't even believe you get full until you're 70 now, right?
For people like our age, you and I, it's probably about 67.
67 for full?
Yeah, for full. 67 and a half-ish.
So what I'm saying is, I mean, have you literally seen that relief in people who have employed you, and then after a couple months, when they kind of settled into the program or the portfolio the program that you wrote for them, you can kind of see that stress fall off because they kind of understand the mechanism for getting them where they want to be is in its motion. Do you see that?
The relief comes usually after about 6 months of working with us, where they kind of reconfigure how they think about it. Most people come in with this win. I need to win. I need to get a better
like you're
return.
a slot machine.
Right. I need to do better than my neighbor, or I need to do better than that person I've been talking to. You're not trying to win. You're trying to. This is a survival game, right? This is a game of I have this much money. I need to spend this much money to live over the next 20 or 30 years and not run out of money.
Right.
That is success, right? That's the material need. People get caught up in the emotional need. They come in with emotional needs. Tell me I'm going to do great. Tell me you're going to buy me Bitcoin. Tell me you're going to do this. Tell me you're going to do that so I can brag to my neighbors at the cocktail party that I bought NVIDIA 6 months ago. And now that's the emotional need. The material need is I want to live my life in a fashion that I will enjoy and leave money behind possibly for my children.
Can I tell you, most of the people that I know who have good jobs, make a good living, maybe don't have their financial outlook planned completely right now, when you have a conversation with people like that, the number one thing is, I just want to know when I get to be 55, 56, 7, 8 years old, 60 years old, that I'm not going to be looking at surviving on only Social Security. I want a little plan so I can have a place to live that I can pay off. I can go fishing when I want, maybe play some poker some when I want, whatever the case may be. Take a vacation now and again. It isn't like, hey, I want Birkin bags every other day and I want to go on year-long cruises. It's never that. It's always people who just want a solid plan so that they can feel comfortable in their day-to-day life, knowing that they have somebody working for them financially, or at least working something for them financially, so they don't have to worry about where their next power bill is coming from, their next phone bill is coming from, whether they're going to be able to afford their kids' college, things like that. And it's cool to have a professional tell you that so they can set you at mind. You can just go out and do your thing, which is earning your money.
Yeah, I think I think it frees up your mind space to say, like you said, you can go to work and do your thing and say, look, I've got this program in place. It's not perfect, and it's going to need revisiting from time to time, and maybe it won't do everything. And like you said, maybe I can't go on a Viking cruise every other week, but I can occasionally go on a nice cruise, or I can go play poker, or I can play golf, or I can go fishing. And most people are like that.
Yeah.
You know, the reality is most of my clients, my clients travel. They're definitely frequent travelers in there, but most of them live comfortable but simple lives, and the bottom line is simple sometimes is the best life, right?
Absolutely.
And if you can just have a little flexibility, if you can just go to dinner once or twice a week without worrying about the bill or do I have enough, and honestly, that's not complex. It's not hard to get there given 5, 10, 15, 20, or 30 years to prepare.
Absolutely. Here with Scott Brown, Edgewater Family Wealth. That's edgewaterfamilywealth.com. Events coming up at Ruth's Chris on the 24th here in Orlando, and Mount Dora at their Lake County office on the 26th. They'll be at 1921. Go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com and save your spot for one of those great seminars. It's amazing what you can take away from this. The second part you sent today really kind of affects you, which is how to train your financial advisor. Now, that seems to be counterintuitive because theoretically you would be training me as an advisor how to spend my money. So how am I supposed to train you when I have no idea what the hell I'm doing with my cash?
Yeah, so this is directly out of my book. I wrote a chapter on training your advisor, and I likened it to, I hate to compare myself to a Cocker Spaniel, but I likened it to training a dog. If you hit a dog with the newspaper enough times, they're going to eventually wince when they see the newspaper.
They're going to hate the Sentinel.
Yeah, exactly. So the way I kind of I explained it by telling a story. I had a client once many years ago, and he was kind of a big deal lawyer type, and he would travel to Europe every year, and he would travel in the summer. So sometime around May or June, I'd get a phone call. Hey, Scott. I'm like, oh boy,
here he comes, right?
Yeah, he's like, I need you to take all my stuff out of the market. I'm like, why? Well, I'm going to Europe. As if somehow him going to Europe was going to cause the market to crash. I don't know what the parallel was there, but in his head that made sense. And he did this to me every year. And for the first 2 or 3 years, I'd fight him. I was like, listen, man, I think this is a bad idea. It's going to hurt your returns long term. Yes, the market could drop, but it's not going to change because you're in Europe. In long term, we know markets go up and down, but you're going to be fine. The usual thing. I have to yell at people, right? So he ignores me for 3 years, and then year 4 he calls me up. I'm like, I'm not arguing with this guy. I just did it, right? So he had taught me that no amount of common sense was going to talk him out of this bad decision, and frankly, it was killing his returns. Now, here's the end of the story. Here's the fun part, the kicker. He fired me. Now, you're going to say, well, why did he fire you? And it's not because I was arguing with him or I put up a fight. His returns weren't good. So guess whose fault that was?
It's yours, of
course. It was my
fault.
But he had taught me,
right.
He had taught me, listen, don't fight me. I'm going to get what I want. You're going to sell the stuff. You're going to take me out of the market. And I learned a valuable lesson during that. I'm never taking a client that does that to me.
Yeah.
Because it's not in their best interest and it's not something I want to do. My point is that when you're dealing with your financial advisor, you're on a team together.
Right.
A lot of people come in with their arms crossed trying to catch their advisor doing something terrible, right? They're not. They're just people. Right? They're going to learn what you teach them. Either they're going to do what I would do if you did that repeatedly, is say goodbye, or they're going to do what you say, which is not what you're paying them for.
Exactly. And who the hell, man? Why would I hire you then if I'm just going to tell you what to do? And because I'm not the financial advisor, you are.
I say it all the time. It's like, do you hire a guy to mow your lawn, then hand him a glass of lemonade and start mowing it yourself? I don't understand what the point is. If you're going to pay somebody to do something, let them do it is kind of the point.
My version of that is I go to a comedy show, I perform a comedy show, and then you guys showed up and talked.
Yeah.
Why would you show up to a comedy show? You could have saved $50.
They want to tell their own jokes.
Yeah. You could have gone to a bar and done that.
People out there, if you have yet to start your financial planning, if you've kind of wavered on that and maybe said to yourself, well, I'll do it next year, I'll do it next week. That is not the way to be progressive. It's not a way to really start that first conversation about how to make your financial life better. Scott and his crew over there at Edgewater Family Wealth can do that for you, give you some sage advice, at least move you in the right direction.
I hope
and
so.
Again, it's never a sales pitch. That's a great thing about this company. It never is trying to sell you anything. If they do happen to fit for you, well, they'll tell you that. That's exactly what you guys do. You fit us well, you can move forward. If not, maybe you can find another advisor that fits what you want to do.
Yeah, and part of the plan is to just educate people. Again, if you can I go to meetings all the time. I go to continuing education things. I travel the country. I try to learn, and most of the meetings are okay. My goal is always to take 1 or 2 things away from each meeting. Half the meeting might be boring. My meeting won't be boring, I promise you that. But if you can learn 1 or 2 things that are valuable to you, great. If you learn enough and feel comfortable enough with us that you want to pursue a relationship, that's awesome too. We're obviously in the business of accumulating assets and helping people manage their money, so I'm not denying that. But we're not going to beat you up for it. We're not going to chase you out into the parking lot or call you in the morning or in the evening or while you're trying to have dinner, I promise.
All right. Well, here's the thing. That's great. And the reason why I know that is because you can get to these seminars. Again, the 24th in Ruth's Chris in Orlando, 26, 1921 in Mount Dora, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. That's where you can save your spot. You can pick up a couple books there as well. They are?
Yeah, so we have our ebook, which I was reminded today to bring up. We have our ebook out there, which is actually an ebook you can download for free. And it tells you how to look for and how to interact with a financial advisor. It's called I Got a Guy. And then my book, which is coming out with a second edition here shortly. So you can get this one for free now, but there'll be another edition coming out shortly, which is called I've Never Made Anyone Rich. And the reason I call the book that is because that's not an advisor's job. If you're rich, it's because of something you did, not something I did. My job's to help you maintain that wealth in a thoughtful fashion.
For sure. You guys give it up good and loud for Scott Brown, guys. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. I'm sure he hopes to see your smiling face at one of those great seminars. Scott, always good to see you.
I loved it.
All right, buddy. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. It's time. Load them up. Trivia is next. That's 407-916-1041.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
In a surprise move, Aaron Donald announced his retirement from the NFL. And the first question you think is, how do the Rams replace him? It's a massive hole for LA. He's a game wrecker. He was double and triple teamed. Yes, triple teamed each week. I love the Rams coach, quarterback, and front office. They will never, ever again find another Aaron Donald. Nobody will. I'm Colin Calvert.
Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Offer ends 4/6. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Time to be a hero for your friends and family. Tell them about Life Imaging FLA. If you have a family member you believe that could benefit from Life Imaging FLA, you got to do that. I did it. My father-in-law, my mother-in-law both got over to Life Imaging FLA, and she just got her scan back. Let me tell you, man, it's that relief. It's that thing in your mid-60s, your late 60s. You get this scan, you see that clear, no problems with your heart, no plaque, no cancer, no issues like that. That's the peace of mind we're talking about. And let me tell you something. Early detection is the best prevention. No dyes. You don't take your clothes off. This only takes a few minutes. And if you're claustrophobic, you never go fully into the tube, so you don't even have to worry about that. This is what you got to do. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements, but it is a $699 value. While you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Here is how you make your appointment. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Regulated activities performed by a licensed affiliate.
I had no idea I could sell my life insurance policy.
Norman and Nancy Duggan for Coventry Direct.
We were about to let Norman's policy lapse because premiums have become expensive. Our kids are doing well on their own, so we just don't need it anymore.
Then Nancy called Coventry.
They were so helpful, answering all of our questions.
If you're over 65 and have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may qualify.
After this past year, we're celebrating life. We've booked some long overdue travel, and we're able to pay for our grandkids' college.
Coventry Direct has helped thousands live the life they want to live. Pay for unplanned medical expenses or supplement retirement income. When it comes to selling your life insurance, Coventry has you covered. Call 1-800-607-9400 or visit CoventryDirect.com to learn more about how you can get cash by selling your life insurance. Call 800-607-9400.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations like 24/7 Comedy.
They were really donut holes.
the bag would be empty.
When you need to laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
Should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Hey guys, Low T checking in. On the subject of eye gazing, I just wanted to let you guys know, please be careful. The last time I had any involvement with eye gazing or gaze in my eyes, it was a sticky one.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031 if you think you can do better than that, and I'm sure you can.
Shots fired.
Download the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. Once you get it, you'll see a little microphone there. Record it. Send it on down the line. Make us laugh. Make a little comment on what we're talking about. Whatever you want to do.
Big thing. Make sure you follow us. Bring up Real Radio. Follow us there, and then we appear. It's so much easier to find us the next time you open up the app.
It really is, for sure. And be sure to get over to JimColbertLive.com. Click through to our YouTube channel. Give us a like and a subscribe there. That'd be wonderful as well. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. Hi. And Ross has the sauce jar.
All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see Orlando City SC versus Austin FC March 23rd at Inter & Co Stadium. Orlando City is hosting its first ever post-match. I Love the 90s concert that is presented by Inter & Co. The concert will feature Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, and Montel Jordan. It's all going down March 23rd at Inter & Co Stadium. That is your sauce jar, which, by the way, breaking news, if you did not know, is always brought to you by...
Oh, Cento Family Moving and Storage. Are you like Jimmy and got a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Doesn't matter if it's local, long distance, residential, commercial, but it does matter if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that's going to get you a discount.
Mm-hmm.
So book them today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O moving.com. Low clickety-clack. Back to
Thank you. Appreciate that. By the way,
Sure.
Right before we get to the trivia here, people text during Scott's segment, they did it last week as well, asking if he is a fiduciary. And he is. So if you're wondering out there, a lot of people text and ask that question, but yes, he is. So you'll know that for sure. Ross, who goes first today, friend?
Let's welcome Jay.
Jay right there on line one. Jay, how you doing?
Doing all right. How about y'all?
Doing good, boss. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it then.
Game show.
All right, Jay, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of those answers is a fib. It's a lie, buddy.
No.
It's not true.
No.
And if you can sniff that one out, I will send you over to see an Orlando City soccer match. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1947, actress, spokesperson, nominated for multiple Tony Awards, Oscar nominated, in the 80s played one of the most iconic scorned women in cinema
Glenn
history.
Close.
Glenn Close is the answer.
There we go.
She'll boil your rabbit.
Yes, she will.
Here, Glenn Close was born on this day, buddy. She's 77. Here are 3 fun facts about Glenn and one fatal lie. Number 1, until 2017, she kept all of the costumes from her movies. They are now archived at the University of Indiana. Number 2, she's been nominated for 8 Oscars without a win, tying her with Peter O'Toole for the most nominations with no win. Number 3, she's a distant cousin of legendary actress Meryl Streep. Or lastly, she grew up in a very strict conservative religious cult called the Moral Rearmament. Which of those is a lie?
I'm going to go number 3, Jim.
That's the one, buddy. You're a winner.
Yay!
Wow. Stumbled just enough on that one to make you a winner, buddy. You will not get me again.
Well, the third one seemed like the most unbelievable.
Okay,
No, the fourth one did.
So interestingly, let's get to this real quick because then we have a little bit of time since you got it first. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Good job.
She is a distant cousin of a very famous woman who is no longer with us.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
No. let's say this person's a bit regal.
The Queen.
No.
Marilyn.
Kate Middleton?
Princess Diana. She is a distant cousin of Princess Diana, Glenn Close.
Wow.
She did, until 2017, keep all of the costumes from her movies, and that includes the Cruella de Vil. By the way, those are not cheap. Tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, and she donated it to the University of Indiana. So if you want to see it, you can actually go through an archive of Glenn Close costumes, everything from Fatal Attraction, Dangerous Liaisons, which is a great movie as well. You ever saw that? She has been nominated for 8 Oscars. She has never won,
which
amazing. Ties her with Peter O'Toole,
another great actor,
for the most nominations with no win. And then lastly, it is 100% true. From the age of 7 until the age of 22, she was part of a very strict conservative religious cult called the Moral Rearmament. Her father, who was a doctor, by the way, basically put them in this cult, and she said it was awful. Like, you couldn't do anything, like a stereotypical ultra-conservative, ultra-strict cult. But yeah, she did grow up in that, left at 22 years old and went into acting, and off we go. A couple other things you may not know about Glenn Close before we make it over to what is supposed to be a very spicy Ross Thoughts.
Well, I just know you guys are going to love it.
Okay, very good.
You three.
She co-owned a coffee shop in Bozeman, Montana with her sister called Leaf and Bean. She only owned it for like 3 years. She's an avid New York baseball fan. What team do you think?
Mets.
Yankees.
Mets is the answer.
Oh, Mets.
Boo. Matter of fact, in 2006, she sang the national anthem to commemorate the 20th anniversary of their 86 World Series win. Was that the Miracle Mets in 86?
No, 69 was the Miracle Mets. 86, what was great about that was when they beat the Boston Red Sox, and it went through the ball went through the legs of Bill Buckner.
Oh, that's
and Ray
right.
Knight scored from third base.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, no, Mookie scored. Ray Knight hit it.
Hey, did Gooden play for them in that year? Was Doc Gooden on that team?
Sure.
Was he or no?
Let's call it yes.
I was trying to. He pitched for the Mets, did he not?
He did.
Okay, very good. And then lastly here, she has the knife from the Fatal Attraction movie framed and hanging in her kitchen.
Oh, damn, I was hoping you were going to say over her bed.
Was that right?
It would have been cool if she just still used it. She was just,
It's so funny because when you read a little bit about her, she plays these ominous, very overbearing, kind of cold and calculated characters on film. Cruella de Vil, Dangerous Liaisons.
Loved that movie.
The chick from Fatal Attraction, I forget her name in the movie, but off screen, she apparently is a very dainty, quiet, very caring, loving person that has a group of friends that have known each other for like 50 years, and they've all been buddies forever.
She was in Hook.
Yeah, dude. She's good, man.
She's very good.
Very talented. And pretty cute back in the day. Not a bad-looking woman back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, she's 77 years old, dude. In Fatal Attraction, she looked pretty darn good.
Fatal Attraction was that movie that you could feel hung around for years because it was like
it was
the life lesson that men didn't want to learn.
It was uncomfortable to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Fatal Attraction is an uncomfortable movie to watch.
Do you know what year that movie came out?
88?
You said 88?
Yeah, 88.
Deb said
87.
Jag?
86.
87.
Yeah.
I gave you false hope.
Dong, dong.
Dong, 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 dong.
Wait. There we go.
What these thoughts read?
All right.
With the lick read.
The lick reads the following. I have had a big moment yesterday. I have told you all about my embarrassing moments. I've told you all about my flaws. I'm a flawed little farm animal. All right? Last night, it happened. I didn't expect it to happen.
When you laugh talk, it's usually really bad.
I was shocked. I was stunned. and I threw something that was several $100s across the room.
Oh, my God. We're going to find out what that is next.
Yeah, dude, how's that for a riddle?
Back in a sec.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at slowdowns on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at activity affecting southbound lanes on Kirkman at Vineland Road. Another crash blocks the eastbound right lane on 434 this afternoon between Rangeline Road and Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Another crash reported at Lake Underhill Road and 436. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Pearl's Specialties Olives in the sunny yellow jar.
Original MTV VJ Martha Quinn here. Pearl's Specialties Olives are bursting with flavor and add the perfect Mediterranean twist to everyday meals and snacks. Rock your recipes with Pearl's Specialties Olives. For quality you can trust, look for the sunny yellow jar at your local Walmart.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filotowski Eye Institute. If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK surgery, they'll tell you it's the best thing they ever did. More often than not, they'll add they should have done it way sooner. That's exactly what my father-in-law said at 58 years old. Should have done it 10 years beforehand. Fought with bad eyesight 4 years. Glasses, contacts. Losing glasses sucks. Costs a lot of money. Wearing those contacts in and out every day, not fun either. The Filotowski Eye Institute can help you with that. And right now they're offering free LASIK consultations, and it could not be easier to book your appointment. Do this. Text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filotowski Eye Institute. These guys have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. They have the latest state-of-the-art technology, and if finances is a concern, don't worry there either. 24-month interest-free financing is available. Again, set your appointment. It's absolutely free. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and get that free LASIK consultation at the Filotowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need a new air conditioner. Do you...
For a list of things we do, press 1.
I just want to know if you install new
For a list of things we don't do, press 5.
Why would I want a list of things you don't...
To save us time explaining it to you.
Well, I'd hate to waste your time.
So if you'll just press 5, I'll give you a list of what we don't do.
Right.
Which is a lot.
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
If you'd called Frank Gay, you'd probably be talking to a person by now.
That would be nice.
But we're more efficient. Amazing the time we save ourselves by making customers press buttons and talk to robots all day.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need a new air conditioner, you need it done right. A helpful operator to make it easy. And your new AC installed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
Are you sure you don't want to hear the list of things we don't do? Our list is much longer than Frank Gay's list. That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Have you ever considered a career opportunity in the skilled trades? Kalo Services will be hosting a job fair from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, March 23rd in Claremont. You'll be able to learn more about our open positions, our team, and the benefits we offer. No prior experience in the trades is required. To register, please visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
From the Bay Area to the City Beautiful, the Golden State Warriors are making the cross-country trip to face off your Orlando Magic on Wednesday, March 27th. Be at Kia Center for this big game and catch all the action live as Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and the Magic go up against Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and the rest of the Warriors during their only visit to Orlando this season. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at OrlandoMagic.com and be ready to cheer on your Orlando Magic.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Hope you had a great day at work today. Tuesday, worst day of the week. Hope it went well for you.
Monday's ugly sister.
Exactly.
And then it gets cold tonight.
Right, yeah, a little chilly tonight for sure. Bundle up. Last blast.
Nope.
Nope. It is. It's the last blast. I'm telling you.
You want to make money?
No.
Put money on it?
No, I can't. Is there another one coming? Do you know something? I don't know.
He called it.
I've already declared it. It's
All
on,
right.
It's on social.
I'm the winner.
All right. For you. Wait. We don't know
What
that.
do you mean you're the winner?
Well, there's a soothsayer over there.
You got to remember, this cold front, this has to get done. And then if there's another cold front, well, then I would have lost.
Mm-hmm. That's what I just said.
Okay. 407-916-1041.
Under 50, is that
not daytime highs?
the blast? No. But
no, I'd say the highs can get no more than like 71 or 72. I mean, like that's what we're gonna have this week is like mid 70s. So I mean, any lows in the 40s, high 40s at night.
Well, I'm saying so. Overnight
Every
lows has
year.
to be under 50.
Every year, Bradshaw, this does every
You lost the bet
single
because
year.
you did not parse this out correctly.
Every year he does this to me.
And with interest, that's got to be like $20.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Ross has some thoughts. Let's get them.
It's weird.
It was I
It's funny.
who made that bet.
Sometimes
I won't forget it.
it's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Because you didn't pay attention to
It's
the details.
Ross thoughts.
So this is sad, man. This is such a bummer, and my wife keeps finding it funny because that's what wives do, right? We stub our toe, they go, ha ha.
Oh, I mean, it's worse than that. When
you
I
know?
get hurt, my wife, it's the funniest thing. She thinks it's the funniest thing when I stub my toe or bang my elbow or whatever.
In her defense, though, I don't know if you've ever been told this, but when it comes to someone getting hurt, you've got to be on the Mount Rushmore of just like the best responses.
Yeah. I get hurt so easily, too. I mean, I get cut or bruised so easily because I'm just so I don't have a lot of grace moving through life
So
sometimes.
I would think, too, because one of the reasons why you would be so funny, and correct me if I'm wrong here, tell me if I'm wrong, but like you're good for a good F-bomb.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
say some F words.
Oh, yeah.
But I also think, though, because, you were raised Palatka rurally, you might drop like a fiddlesticks in there as well.
I will have.
So it's like F word, F word, F word, conflab it, F word. That's going to be entertaining. But no, so, since my wife has been pregnant, I would say a lot of the nights, most nights, if I don't make it home too late, because usually she's been in bed at like 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So I go home, we talk for a little bit, then we take the conversation to the bedroom where nothing happens because I'm there to tuck her in.
Yeah.
And I'm making sure that the salt lamp is on. I'm making sure that the Nog Champa is restored. We got to get...
What's a Nog Champa?
Nog Champa.
It's only the best incense out of India.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Just the number one. It's like the...
Is that baby safe?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, okay.
But, so, I'm putting some effort, and every now and then, we've been having a lot of very funny conversations about the baby, and a lot of our conversations are just us saying boy names to each other to see if one of them resonates. A lot of fun conversations. And last night, I was goofing around, and she was in her bed, in our bed, and our lights are off. Yeah, that would be weird.
Yep.
And then I don't know why, but I was just goofing around, and I was doing my impression of her. And I won't go into that impression because that was very intimate, and that's a little TMI. I won't go into what I said, but what I did was I was like, "Give me your glasses." And then I put on, and then I had one of her hair ties, and I put on her hair tie, and I put on one of her glasses, and I started doing my impression. And about 5 seconds in, it hit me. I see better.
Oh.
I see better. And then 5 seconds into this really dumb impression, which, by the way, I was killing.
I just got very warm.
And I put on the glasses, and I look over at a blue Navy hat that says Arnold Palmer Invitational. And I went, why does it look like that? Why does that look like that? No. And then I threw her glasses across the room, several $100s. Let me pay that off.
Ooh. Did they break?
They did not.
Oh.
I need glasses. I'm not okay. I'm really not okay.
I'm so happy.
Would you like to borrow my readers, Ross? Because as you're going to discover...
Dog, I'm there. It's here.
Now,
it's happened.
But readers, for the first 10 years of me needing glasses, matter of fact, just until last year, I wore readers the whole time.
Check it out, Ross.
And also, like...
Readers.
Look, you can start with a 1.0. Look, Jim is coming in with his
coming in. Oh, and his are already feminine looking, so...
Oh, well, he's not on there right now.
Yeah, you can't hear that.
Yeah, you can't.
I think you did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll check them out. They've got a real feminine frame.
Go to YouTube. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go to YouTube, subscribe.
On YouTube, you can see.
Check it out.
I'm not ready.
Ross trying on Jim's glasses.
Do you know what power she uses? Like what power she uses?
I didn't even know glasses had powers.
Well, you have to know, like, is it a 1.25? Is it a 1.5?
No idea.
So that's how readers are. Yeah, the lowest one would be like a 1.0.
Oh man!
Right now I'm up to like a 3.
Now, are those still readers, Jack? Because those are some nice looking readers.
I went to.
Oh, yeah, those
Real
are
Glasses
prescription.
This year. Yeah.
All right.
Stupid
so
expensive.
Okay, I have Jim's glasses on, and it is atrocious. It's not good.
What's up?
This hurts.
What up, nerd?
I'm not there yet, but I do know that my vision is not the same.
You need you pick up. Go to the supermarket on the way home or a dollar store.
Oh,
and
God,
get your
no.
maybe I might even recommend a Dollar General.
Well,
there you go. And you should go with him, Jack.
By the way, I'm calling this for Christmas.
Yeah. No, we'll all get a different style.
Yeah, a different set of readers.
Start with a 1.0.
But this is really where you can add some flavor in your outfits as well. Go to Temu and you can get it by the bucket load.
Do not go to Temu.
It was scary. And I definitely had like a good 30 minutes of like, oh man.
What did she say?
Oh, she cackled. I'm sure she cackled like a maniac. I love it. I can hear her laughing at you.
Oh, look at you getting closer to an affliction.
Yeah. Can you get a more mockingly laugh?
Oh, God, she's good. She's got a great laugh. But when it's at you, you feel it way more. And I think that's actually all wives' laughs. Every wife has a beautiful laugh, right? If your woman had an atrocious laugh, I promise you would not marry her. I promise you. Deb, you are about a huge reason why. If you laughed the amount that you laughed,
I know.
And it's a beautiful thing. I'm not saying laugh less. I'm saying keep that laugh. Don't change it.
My wife's laugh is a soul-piercing dagger. Because she's usually in complete mockery of myself. I am the target.
And man, some of those laughs can hurt.
Oh, they're the
some
best,
of those
though.
laughs can hurt. So when she's laughing at me, having this moment where I'm like, oh God, I have to get glasses. I don't even know what to do with glasses.
Can I tell you something? The first time we go to dinner and you have to use your phone light and glasses to see the menu.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Yeah, that's going to be video
Can I tell
worthy.
you, I may just walk into traffic at that moment because I don't know that life is getting any better than that.
It's going to take a little while. We're getting ahead of ourselves because he was reading a book earlier, like in poor light.
But you know what? I can't wait.
He still
for?
has that skill.
I am waiting for his infant to arrive. And Ross is going to be so exhausted and at the end of his rope that we're not going to be surprised to see him show up to work in one of her hair ties.
Oh, yeah.
And greeting glasses.
Oh, and the baby's going to love pulling them off your face.
Oh, yeah.
God, what kind of glasses are you going to get, dude?
Just give me my Nike Air Monarchs light barbecue skills and khakis. Just to get this out of the way.
Well, you're going to need a checkered shirt with a button-down collar.
And some Jesus sandals with black socks.
That's right.
Give me a $165 way overpriced Tommy Bahama shirt.
Mm-hmm.
A hat that says, like, Chef the Kiss, laugh out loud.
Oh, my God.
We got to get him one of those shirts with the flap in the back.
Yeah.
The vent.
The vent.
yeah.
Like he's a fisherman.
And you have to get a shirt that says, I'm with Mom.
I'm with
and then it has a
Mom.
point, and then she's with Dad.
I'm going to have, like, oh, man. I'm not ready for any of this. I don't know how to make kebabs.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to learn how to make kebabs now.
I got to tell you something else, boss, and this may hurt a lot, but get ready to shop for clothes at Costco.
Oh,
Come on, I'll take you. The first time. Come with me.
Yeah.
Come with me. I'll show you around.
Your new podcast on childhood should be called Kirkland Jeans.
that's Jeremy. He's a great guy. He just got hired. So now I have to figure out what glasses. I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted the round ones.
Sure, yeah.
The really like goofy.
Yeah.
Like John Lennon look?
Yeah. A little some
The
John
wire
Lennon.
rim?
You do also understand the minute you put these on, your shirts tuck themselves in.
God! Am I gonna have a belt that has one size that fits all?
Also, when you put them on, your Vans all disappear.
No!
Just out of your closet. Anything that may take a shot
Oh, yeah.
at making you look cool. Why do you think I wear skinny jeans?
And then the
Say goodbye to the buttery leather coat.
Oh, yeah.
Your van shoes go away, and then you buy an actual van. That's what this.
People start asking you about stocks.
I'm at that rate. I'm there.
Oh.
My eyesight. It took a hit. And I will never.
Buddy,
Also, how about that massive like. I don't whatever the term is, red pill, blue pill, whatever matrix pill I took when I put on those glasses, and it was like my whole life has been a lie. The last 5 years have been.
It's like that movie Them with Rowdy Piper. He could put the glasses on and see the aliens.
Yeah. They live.
They live. That's it.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And if you are, it's so sad to put on glasses and be like, oh, I'm being a funny guy. Let me be a funny. Why am I better?
Now, I know your father's.
This isn't, no, not good. Why shouldn't it be better?
Karma kicking in.
Now, I know your father's not with us anymore. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But your mom is. Your mom does not wear glasses. Your brother does not wear glasses. So
Yeah.
nobody in your family really has this. So did your father wear glasses?
My father did wear glasses.
Did
My
you-
brother had LASIK.
Okay, I see.
Which, by the way, LASIK, still, that is insane that happens. That's awesome that it happens, but props to the guy who was like, I'll be the first one to throw a laser in my eye.
Right, yeah. That stuff is unbelievably
It's
good.
the most futuristic surgery, I think, that is open to the public.
I mean, I say this is my spot, but and again, people when they hear it in a spot, they think, "Oh, they're paying them." Say it. It changed my son's life, and it changed my father-in-law's
Changed
life. It is a game changer, miraculous surgery. But have you decided what style you're going to use? Are you going to wear these things all the time? Are you going to wear them? Are you going to have a pair of glasses? Or is this going to be part of your look now?
I think I still want to go contacts.
No.
Not yet. You're in this reader phase. You have baby bad eyes, but
they're on their way.
Yeah.
Do you think you look bad in glasses?
No, but what? Hey,
I don't know.
What?
I think I look okay. Listen, confidence is everything. Give me a couple beers, I look good in anything.
Oh, I like this guy.
But in the beginning, you're not going to need them for everything, so you take them off a lot.
Yeah.
Where are they going to go? You're going to hang them on your shirt?
And by
you're
the
going
way-
to put them on your hair?
No.
Or you're going to wear the chain around
Oh,
your neck?
Yeah,
my
so they
God.
we're gonna
hang.
get him. Thank you. I call that for Christmas.
Listen here. You see this right here? I bought these today. And the reason why is because I forgot my other ones at home.
Really?
This was $35, and I know that because I spend it about every 2 weeks because I take them off and on this show 100 times a day, and eventually wear this right side arm that goes back to, I wear this thing out, the screw falls out of it because I take them on and off so many times during the day.
And there's a listener who is backing that up by texting us at 77031. Once you get one pair, you'll suddenly have 15.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
Spend a little extra and get the progressive lenses.
Oh,
I can't do that.
Fancy, Jack.
I don't want the progressive
No,
lenses.
it's good because when you look up, it's lighter and it gets more magnified as you go down. So when you're reading, you can look down, but you can look far, and that way you have to take them off a lot less.
Oh, by the way, during this next break, can you help me with my math?
Yeah.
Nerd.
It's here.
What a nerd.
Those are your Ross thoughts.
Hashtag dad bod.
Yeah, the dad bod is on its way. It's so on its way. My eyes are shot.
The reason I brought the thing up with your dad is I remember when my eyes started going bad, I called my father. And my dad and I have had a bit of a rocky relationship. Getting along great now. But back in the day, I called him up out of nowhere. I hadn't spoken to him in a little bit. And I said, hey, it's Jimmy. Yeah? When did your eyes start going bad? He laughed as hard as I've ever heard him laugh and then hung up.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Can't see you. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in just 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you unclog the toilet?
Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now.
But until then, just tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Looking at heavy stop-and-go delays on I-4 eastbound this afternoon due to a crash that currently blocks the left lane between 535 and Central Florida Parkway, backing traffic up all the way from 536. The right lane remains blocked southbound on Kirkman at Vineland Road. No major delays at this time to report north or southbound on Florida Turnpike. If you see traffic problems, make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Make the most of your spring break. Visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. That's the only place where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, maybe stand nose to nose with the real spatial Atlantis. If you haven't been out in a while to see all these brand new events and brand new displays they have, you got it. This is a wonderful spot. Launch into bold new territory this spring at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex at a down-to-earth price. Tell you more about that in a second. Blast off right now. Make your vacation the absolute best. Visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It is an out-of-this-world experience. And be sure to take advantage of this new 2-day ticket offer costing less than $45 a day, but it offers you maximum flexibility for the entire family. Visit KennedySpaceCenter.com. Get those tickets and more information. Again, that's KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Stuck him with a shot! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Duncan McGuire!
Orlando City is back at home this Saturday, March 23rd at 7:30 p.m., taking on Austin FC in their first visit to Orlando. Be sure to stick around after the match for the 90s post-game concert presented by Enter & Co., featuring Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, and Montel Jordan. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 and watch on any device on the Apple TV app.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio, specifically audio influencers.
Audio has been a key component for us. Our consumer is omni-channel, so we need to be omni-channel. We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio. I think using the audio influencers has been a huge component for us. Working with iHeart, we were able to really tease out the audio influencers in key markets that were authentic Chipotle fans. And because it's authentic and because they're seen as trusted friends by the customers and the listeners, it's really been an effective strategy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle down. We surrender. Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Ross, I hate to say this, but if you could read something across the room with her glasses, you don't need readers. She's got $300 glasses because she's nearsighted, which means she can't see anything far away, which could be glaucoma or something else like that. But, brother, you don't need readers. You need to go see the optometrist and get some actual glasses.
Yeah, man, you got a lot.
Maybe some nice round owl glasses would be good.
Yeah, speaking of that, by the way, what happened to your sinus thing? I mean, you were blowing out the devil out of one of your nostrils just not even 3 or 4 months ago. You gave us a small update, but you never really gave us clearance on what's going on with your nasal cavity.
2024 has grabbed my soul and been like, check this out. I got a CAT scan, saw the inside of my brain. By the way, that's trippy.
And cloudy.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Is that a weed joke?
No.
All right.
So I'm looking at the CAT scan, and the guy is like, listen, and I really appreciated this doctor. This doctor looked at me and was like, you could have surgery, but how are you feeling right now? I said, good. He goes, you don't need it. Just know that in the future, when problems arise, that you have this.
So this could recur.
It could, but all right. I haven't been that honest about this whole sinus thing.
Well, here's the thing. I don't. You
cocaine problem.
You can share as much as you need to share, but you got to realize this is your medical stuff, and you are not obligated to share this.
Yeah, but it's so entertaining.
Yeah, but tell us now or leave.
Okay. Yeah.
By the way, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here.
So I had a sinus issue. It is not easy to say. It is kind of disgusting. Jack saw it, but I was having a straight up black discharge launching out of my face for like 12 days.
Right.
And
how often would you have to blow your nose and have this material come out of your face?
It wasn't necessarily like, oh, I have to blow my nose. It was like, hey, you want to see something?
Oh, like a magic trick.
Yeah, like every time I blow my nose, this is the end result.
Right.
Look what I can do.
Yeah. So I go ahead. He tells me I don't need surgery, all of that. But I think this is what happened.
Oh, you think? Okay.
This is what I think what happened.
Okay.
So for Christmas, one of my childhood friends did not know what to get me for Christmas. So
I already love this story.
so he bought me what one of my childhood friends would buy me, a bong. He bought me a bong. And to be honest with you, he might be listening, I don't know, but I didn't really like it. I wasn't like, dude, I don't need one of these at all. I don't need this. I don't even want this. But he was still in town. He was staying with me at the time, so he wanted to buy me something really expensive, and he did. And then a week later, I find out my wife is pregnant. Now, it plays a role in this because I immediately was like, all right, if I'm ever going to do that, I'm only going to do it outside. I'll always be on the patio.
Right.
Now, butterfly effect, what did I do then? I left the bong outside. Okay. Now, that may not seem that bad, but apparently, allegedly,
oh my God,
it could be really bad. You see what I'm saying?
The water is attractive to
God knows everything.
Mosquito larvae,
everything.
Anything like that could have gotten into that water.
So now, granted, there were times, it's not like it never got cleaned, but I left it outside.
Oh my Jesus, dude.
So I think there's a way.
You basically inhaled some kind of death mold, which grew in your sinus cavity.
Yeah. Which I am now proud to say clear of.
Very nice.
So, yay. So I think that there's a coin flip chance that I got a fungal infection in my face from hitting a dirty bong. That's
a weird show name, but we're going to give it a shot.
Wow.
When you say it out loud, it's even worse.
The dirty bong fungal infection.
Yeah, just acronym.
Dirty bong nose.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But
and then you had, what is wrong with you? You're falling apart, dog.
I am.
Your eyes, your nose.
Mm-hmm. And then, but I do have good news, though.
Okay, good,
I told you guys this a couple weeks ago on how the DMV gave me a side quest.
Oh, yeah.
Because my old car had a lien on it from a company that didn't exist anymore.
Right.
So they were like, all right, you got to send mail.
That's right. The certified letter that you could not open.
You can't open. You have to send that mail. I got the mail last week. I booked the appointment. I got the title for my car.
Yay!
Yes. So I got that going for me. And I'm not, blowing black stuff anymore. So, 2024 is really turning around for me.
Hey, you're going to have a kid, which is good.
Going to have a kid, absolutely. My mom is coming. Got Hurricane, ye old mama pageant moving to Florida at the end of this month.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the plan for that? By the way, buddy, let me tell you something, just so you know. What is happening with your mother is so common.
Yeah.
And I've told you that, as we were looking for real estate, as we were moving from one side of town to the other, as we started looking around back in the day, if your house didn't have a pool in Florida, people are like, oh, well, it didn't have a pool. I can never live here. It doesn't have a pool. We live in Florida. That's not the case anymore. Pools really don't even matter anymore. What matters is a mother-in-law suite. And for the reason that it costs so much money to put elderly parents into homes if they haven't prepared properly for that financially. Your Social Security just cannot cover it. So matter of fact, when we sold our house, 2 or 3 people who looked at our place, one of the only things they said no is, we love your house, but there's no exterior residence. And there's no mother-in-law suite or cottage or something that someone could live in on property that isn't in the main house. That's the number one thing now.
Yeah, it's so she'll be staying with me for about 2 weeks. You want to talk about the cost of those homes? I am fully aware of the cost of those homes.
Yeah, dude.
They are not cheap. They will forever be expensive, and it's wild to me.
Is she excited about it? Because I tell you, when I tried to bring my mom down, she was so connected to our hometown. She just absolutely loathed being down here and how busy it was and how fast things went. And the fact that we were always so busy, she couldn't stand it. Is she excited about coming here?
I think she is quite excited, especially
grandchild
with the grandchild coming in September.
Right.
She is very pumped and very excited. But I've done a lot of tours of independent living facilities for the last 2 months. God knows how many of those people I've met. Definitely decided on one. Pretty pumped. Pretty excited.
Is she excited about it?
I think she is. When I told her where she was going and where we're going, so it's out in Winter Garden, but when I told her that they allow golf carts, like where you're going is a perfect golf cart place because you're very close to downtown Winter Garden.
Nice, dude.
She got jazzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know what I'm getting her for Christmas.
Yeah. Can she walk still?
She can, but
Struggle like with does she have a walker?
Yeah, she has a cane.
Yeah,
I think just overall, though, I don't know how much she likes walking anymore.
Yeah, a bit tough, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
But
God bless her.
she's coming to Florida, and I'm looking forward to seeing this final era and chapter kind of my immediate family.
Jack, when you guys made the decision to move your mom in, how old were you?
2004. That would make me.
Oh, so you're in your 30s, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're about the same age as Ross then, as when you moved your mom in.
Same when I started losing my eyesight as well.
Oh, God.
So out of curiosity, when you moved your mom in, did you guys ever consider a facility, or did you just not do that because you wanted your mom close, or was that her decision?
Yeah, it
but
was.
Because you have a bunch of sisters that, I mean, I know Florida's her home because she was down here with the business.
We do, and it was close, and we also had my youngest baby was on the way at the time. Right.
Whoa.
So,
This is getting weird.
What a
Jack.
parallel, right? It is.
Yeah. It's getting kind of weird.
And so because it was, she could still,
Care.
be in touch with the people, only an hour or so away, and so it wasn't totally ripping her out of the community, and it seemed right at the time.
Yeah. And I know that your mom lives near you. Do you guys have a contingency plan in place for, when she decides that she's going to, quit working, which is probably going to be about 94 because your mom is still my God, your mom's got the work ethic of a 19-year-old Amish boy.
I know.
My God almighty, man.
So, but we've started the conversation,
How does she feel about that? Is it welcoming? Does she?
I mean, my mom is. Work is her hobby.
Yeah.
Right? So not working is going to be difficult for her.
Right.
But she's been working since she's 15 years old.
Yeah.
She's tired.
Yeah.
She's tired. So we're coming up with a plan of buying a bigger home, Chris and myself, and then having, that cottage on property that she could live right there with us.
I'm telling you, man, that has become one of those things, especially in this state. I don't know if it's other states.
I've heard it was in California, actually, a few years ago that mother-in-law suite, the whole idea of Airbnb being something to help you make your mortgage payment, but it's shifted in the last couple of years to becoming really the answer for families who can't afford.
Well, my in-laws, my John and Melinda, they took their house and they literally, because we know how to build stuff,
right?
They built a wall in the middle of the house and had an AC unit installed just for their house. They broke it all apart. So her mom lives with them, but she has her own apartment that's separate from the rest of the house because of the way they boarded up a door, created this. So she has her own little living room, she has a little bedroom, and it has a little kitchen that it worked out perfectly. And when they installed that, that AC unit, she didn't have to be on the same AC as them because she likes it a lot warmer than they do.
Yeah.
But it turned out perfectly for them. And to be honest with you, if they went to sell the house, it almost may be more of an advantage to have one part of the house be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and the other house be a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. But if he wanted to just take it back to where it was, it's just kind of taking down the wall that he built, and off you go. But man, I'm telling you, when you talk about real estate right now, when people are coming into this state, I don't know if it's existing home buyers, but people are coming into this state, they want that mother-in-law suite as much as they want anything, almost more than anything.
Talking about roommates and the necessary evil that are roommates. I was having a conversation with a comedian friend of mine at a show, and we were talking about money, and he asked me, because he saw the car. He saw my car. He goes, "How'd you do this?" We were just having this money conversation, and legit, my answer was roommates. Right now, I'm about 2 weeks for the first time in my life, just Olivia and I living with each other.
How crazy is that? What's that feel like?
It's so far
it's got to be weird.
It's great. There's been a few times where there's no towel. Well, it's okay if there's no towel.
Right.
Oh boy. Oh, there's no toilet paper.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not really a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Now I can just waddle all the way down to the hallway, making sure that nothing touches anything.
You don't plan well.
Well, now I don't have to because I don't have a roommate.
Right. I had a roommate one time, and it was not good.
That's shocking.
I don't roommate well.
I think my shocking comment came a little too early.
Yeah.
Really? That's shocking.
I don't roommate well. I like, here's the thing. I just don't like people being in my space. My wife is in my space, and that's the
You can barely tolerate
and
that.
that's the only person I want in my space is my wife. And it was one of my closest friends from high school. I graduated a year before him. He moved down to go to Rollins College. He was going to the Crummer School of Business there, and he had nowhere to stay for about 3 months until because he came down to do the summer school a semester early. His housing didn't kick in until the fall, so he lived with me through the summer of like 86 or whatever it was, right? And I just remember I was like, it's like he never cleaned anything. Like he never did the dishes. He would make a meal and just put the dishes in the sink as if there was some gnome that was going to crawl out of the dishwasher and load it itself. And he was just kind of a mess, and I couldn't stand it. And I loved him as a guy. He was one of my favorite guys, but I learned to kind of think, well, this is why we're friends, because we don't live together, because another 2 months of this, I would rip this guy's head off. It was awful. And it was hard to say anything to him because we'd been such good buddies for so long. It was hard to say anything. So I just kind of tolerated it for 3 months. He went on his own. And honestly, you want to hear something crazy? Talked to him like twice more after that, and then never spoke to him again.
Really?
And he just lives in Tampa. It's just crazy how that happens.
I don't know how insane rental or buying a home is. That has to be the norm now.
Oh, yeah.
Just roommates.
Oh, yeah.
If you were in your early 20s and you just lived by yourself, I have questions.
Yeah, exactly. How did you do that? Right.
How did you do it with no prior work experience of any like massive career that's going to be able to pay a 1-bed, 1-bath right now in Orlando is what? 15?
Oh, yeah, 1,500. My daughter lives with 3 other girls in a 3-bedroom apartment. Her share of that is 1,300.
And then I go back and I think of the day that I rented my 600-square-foot little cottage in Delaney Park. When I first got divorced in 2001, it was $600 a month, and that included lawn service.
That's funny. I got divorced in 2002, and mine was $675, and that was for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath.
This was a 2-1.
See, I'm getting divorced in 2035, and that is costing me so much money already.
I just out of curiosity, there is a month gap between when I close my house and have to get out.
No.
In between my other house closing.
You cannot stay
I nominate
with me.
Deb.
No.
Yes.
Stop. You'll get
The
really.
shower's big enough.
You'll get fed well.
It's a 1 gym size shower.
Put Jim and Tori and the dog in the shower. Hey, come on. We need to get ready for work. Get out.
So we had to rent an Airbnb for a month.
It's official. You're doing this.
Oh, yeah, dude, we're gone. I mean, our house is sold, dog.
Well, no, but I didn't know that you were officially staying in an Airbnb.
We rented it this week. How much do you think it costs to rent a 1,200 square foot, 1,400 square foot,
show respect,
3-bedroom, 2-bath? It's a house, but it's actually more than it's like a cottage. It's in a historic part of town.
6,000.
Got to be the reason why I'm not good at it.
Let's just say it's average. Would you say 6,000?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
$104 a night and cleaning fee.
What do you say, Deb?
Oh, wow. That's not a bad guess. I was going to go 5,000.
Okay. What do you think? 6,000, 5,000. What's your going bid? 8?
Yeah.
Deb is closest.
$4,650.
Yeah.
$4,600 is what it's going to cost me to live for 1 month in a 1,300 square foot house.
And that is what happens when you plan poorly. Second house sold. First one, you lived in an RV for 2 months.
Listen, man, these things happen. This is how this is the sacrifices you have to make.
Okay,
to
you're the
create
lesson of everything not to do when you put your house on the market.
This is what you have to. These are the sacrifices
No,
Deborah,
they
you
are
have to
not.
make to create generational wealth.
It's bad planning.
It is bad.
Generational
But wait,
wealth.
Wouldn't you have more wealth if you
Thank
planned
you.
better?
You'd have
that's not
40.
true.
Yeah, it is. You'd
I'm
have
not paying that damn mortgage on that freaking gargantuan thing. I live in
Yeah.
Geneva now.
But you'd still have over $4,600 in your pocket because you'd be able to move from one right into the other. But no, once again, you put one house on the market too soon.
Oh, it's my wife. She does it all the
and
time.
then you don't go look for anything.
She's like, I think we're going to sell the house. Next thing you do, it's on the MLS. I'm getting calls.
Dude, you should have stayed at a hotel for a month. I did that when I was a kid.
Try. It's more expensive.
Yeah, I don't care. It's worth it, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like
We thought about
it's a different vibe.
We thought about
You're down at the pool and you're like, it's always new people.
Well, let me give you an example of that.
It's great.
So here's the big coin flip, right? Here's the problem, right? So finding an Airbnb really is an issue. They're all about the same, everywhere from $3,500 to maybe $5,000.
But you have dogs.
But I have dogs.
Ooh, and a cat.
No, the cat's gone.
Oh.
Gone.
Well, you have to explain that because now it sounds like you murdered a cat.
No, my daughter came and picked the cat up last night.
Okay.
We were cat sitting.
Okay, that's not that hard to communicate.
Yeah.
It sounded like you murdered a cat.
It did. You were like, hey, cat's gone. Just don't ask any questions,
And then,
all right?
and then you did this right after it. You know, it was just
I did that. Did sound sketchy.
Yeah. It was a
My
real
apologies for that.
mafia cat move.
Ixnay on the cat's cake.
Yeah.
You sounded like a dog, about that cat. Never mind.
R.I.P. to the cat. R.I.P. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up for last call. A little joke, something fun, make us laugh. It is your turn to do the show. 5 lines are ready to go. They're all open. 407-916-1041. Call up, make us laugh. It's your turn. Last call, and you heard it here first, is next.
Got something to say? Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free hard scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Ian Cassette with your Central Florida forecast. It's going to be a chilly night as temperatures flip into the 40s overnight, a low 48 degrees. You'll need a jacket early Wednesday morning. It will warm up nicely Wednesday afternoon with abundant sunshine, a high of 75 degrees. We'll be comfortable through the rest of the week and dry through Thursday, but rain chances are rising as we get into Friday, especially into Friday night. Chance of showers and storms, and a few could be strong. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Ian Cassette.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Got to tell you, man, I love my friends over at Rebath Mid-Florida. Met with those guys today, Dave and Josh Denbauer, a father and son business. And let me tell you, man, they take so much pride in the craftsmanship that they give you when they put a bathroom in your house. They're really, really proud of it. We were talking about some of the jobs they'd had going, and they were just like smiling the entire time because the homeowners, you can see them see their dream come to life. That's what Rebath does better than anybody. And by the way, the integrity this company has is exactly what you want in a construction company. The blue and the orange stores, the ones that deal with DIY stuff all the time. Well, Rebath does their installations for bathrooms from them. So if those guys can trust Rebath, you can as well. And I'll tell you something else. We have a deal coming for these guys so that you can upgrade your fixtures or upgrade something in your bathroom you are going to love. Visit the showroom, 436 and Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see a few models set up, guys. That's just to show you what the products look like. These guys have multiple choices of everything in your bathroom: sinks, tubs, lighting, cabinetry. It's all there. They work with your design. You work with their design team hand in hand to design the bathroom of your dreams. They install that in just 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, and when it's all said and done, a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. You can't beat these guys. Log on to the website. Look what they've done for people at the before and after photographs. Completely beautiful. You're going to love doing business with them. Book your appointment today at rebathmidfla.com.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now, so I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo do it. Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
Are your energy costs through the roof? FAS Windows and Doors is now offering buy 3, get 1 free windows on any project. This is a plain and simple deal that homeowners can receive at the time of signing. FAS also offers 24-month financing. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months with this new financing option available from FAS. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS Windows and Doors today or visit us online at faswd.com. That's faswd.com.
Elevate your outdoor living space this year using stone. Tanzite has developed stone decking crafted without any plastic composite materials to redefine durability. Visit tanzite.com to see how stone decking doesn't scratch, stays cooler, isn't slippery, and has all the durability you would expect from stone, which is why it's guaranteed for life. At Tanzite.com, you will see how we developed stone to easily transform any ordinary wood deck. You can even make your deck waterproof for a dry space below. Versatile and adaptable, Tanzite is perfect for decks, stairs, over concrete, or ground applications. Visit Tanzite.com to start planning your project with a free 3D design and construction plan tailored to your space. Order a sample today to witness the incredible beauty and durability firsthand at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
What's up, Colbert Show? Just checking in with you guys. Heard you talking about comedians. Didn't know if you guys had heard about what Dave Chappelle is getting to do to take over The Tonight Show. It's the most anyone's ever got for a late night show, and it's $2 billion. That's crazy. I bet he don't walk away from that bag of money. Have a great day.
Never know, dude. 50 million, 2 billion.
Not true, though.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I did see some video yesterday of Jimmy Fallon going to St. Patty's Day parties, like in New York or Boston. Let me tell you, dude, that guy was rolling the life dice going in a couple of those houses where those people were getting down.
Really?
'Cause those people they were going bananas before he even got there. And then when he showed up, the place just went crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. 3 lines open for last call. If you want to grab one of those, that's 407-916-1041. 3 lines open for last call. Grab one of those. Say whatever you want. A little short, funny something to make us laugh. We'll do those here in just 1 second. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Speaking of Deb, let's do You Heard It Here First.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, it gives us a chance to go over some of the stories that broke while we were on the air and couldn't cover in woke news. So jumping in both feet, the Supreme Court is allowing Texas to enforce a new law giving local police the power to arrest anybody they believe is in the country illegally.
Whoa.
The High Court yesterday allowed the law to proceed, then immediately blocked it after the White House sued, saying it tramples on the federal government's exclusive authority to oversee immigration issues. Today, the court ruled the law can go into effect While litigation continues in lower courts, oral arguments are set for next month before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals.
So, and it isn't the big controversial thing about this is like, oh, they look illegal.
Well, the
racial profiling is the
what
big
I heard.
concern.
The thing was is they were just allowing them to arrest people that they knew were entering the country illegally. I haven't heard that broad language like that. That's what I heard the initial thing was, but.
Yeah, apparently not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll keep following that.
Yeah.
All right, Russian and Belarusian athletes will not be allowed to take part in the opening parade of the Summer Olympics in Paris.
Wow.
The International Olympic Committee made the decision today. The athletes are being allowed to compete in the games as neutral athletes under a special flag. That's due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The IOC said the athletes will not participate during the opening ceremony parade because they are individual athletes, but they will still have an opportunity to, quote, experience the event, end quote. The opening ceremony will take place July 26th.
See, back in my day, they couldn't compete because of drugs.
And then finally, a grocery store in Southern California is so tired of retail theft, so they've decided to boost security in a big way.
Okay.
One Albertsons in San Diego is now fenced off. There are 2 entrance gates where you can go inside, but you can't exit from the same spot. Instead, the exit is on the other side of the store where you have to scan a receipt to get out through the gate. A spokesperson says the added security is to prevent theft and offer a safer environment for customers. Nothing feels safe like being fenced in.
Yeah, nothing. But I gotta tell you something else. Nothing feels worse as a vendor or as a business than having people walk in hordes and stealing everything that you just bought as your inventory, which is happening over and over and over. And that's why, like, every other business in San Francisco is leaving.
Yeah,
because of that very thing. And it's happening all up and down the coast over there.
Well, now you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Appreciate that, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. 2 lines open for last call. Grab one of those. Again, that's 407-916-1041.
I had to keep your gasket low.
Okay, I appreciate that. Speaking of that, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank one very special personal injury attorney, Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law, for bringing us What'd You Do That's New, one of our favorite segments on the show. Also want to thank Scott Brown, another one of our favorite segments, with Edgewater Family Wealth. Don't forget to register for those events coming up. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube
Thanks,
chat.
guys. We appreciate that as we do every single day. Jack, do we have a question of the day?
We do. Have you ever been towed?
Did you clarify what that meant?
Nope.
For our female listeners?
I did. Oh, that's Jim at realradio.fm if you want to email him directly.
Easy.
I'll give you his phone number.
Don't do that either.
Just text.
Have you ever been towed? This is in the YouTube chat.
I'd say, I think 65% of the people have had their cars towed at one point.
54% say yes.
Wow.
That's still
It's
a lot,
lower than I thought.
Stand up.
Yes, end of the month, next week, next Saturday, the 30th of March, I will be in Ocala, the Marion Theater. You can get your tickets off of rosscomedy.com.
rosscomedy.com. One show?
One show. It's one big
fat show.
sloppy show.
Just right in your face?
Right there.
All right. You're right to the dome?
Right to the dome.
All right. Very good. Let's do last call here. Sam, last call.
Dick Raines has left the building.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate that. Did he say Dick Raines has left the building?
I think so.
Mike, last call.
Dick Raines here, Buzzer Larson. You know why the cross-eyed teacher got fired, Jimmy?
I don't know. Why did the cross-eyed teacher get fired, Mike?
She couldn't control her pupils. Quack-shaw, give me the buzzer!
Oh, God, I hate that I laughed at that a little bit.
You should feel guilty.
I'll have my wife punch me tonight for punishment.
Oh, she's going to do it anyway.
She is. Party Mom, last call. Take us home.
So this dirty bong fungal infection thing, Rob?
I'm sorry.
Is this contagious? I mean, should I be worried? Is this like a new viral thing going around?
No, it's just...
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, thanks, Mark.
I got to throw that thing away.
Yeah.
Still
just clean it.
Well, she's a person, dude.
It looks like Shrek's spirit stuck in glass.
No, that was what was coming out of your nose.
Let's get the hell out of here. Who's up for Animal House tomorrow?
We have our good friend Robert Ramos, former Orange County Canine deputy, coming in to talk to us about Canines United push to get Floridians to order the new tag that supports law enforcement canines.
Also, Scott wrote a column that he emailed me about today, and it's going to be very interesting if we talk about that. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about the Regina Hill issue as well. That's all coming up tomorrow, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks. That's all happening right here on the Jim Colbert Show. Don't forget to visit JimColbertLive.com. Click through our YouTube channel. Give us a like there. Give us a subscribe. That really helps us out a lot. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for